Cheers.
Cheers to new beginnings.
To new beginnings.
Woo!
1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome, besties, to another episode of I Am Besties. I'm your host, Vanessa.
Wait, who's going first? It's because I was going to do that woo woo, but you didn't stop talking, so I started laughing.
There you
We're
go.
nervous. Hey, I'm Isis.
And I'm Steph. What's up, guys?
Hello, everyone. Before we jump into today's episode, we have some news that we want to share with you guys before we continue. So this choice was definitely not an easy one, but I'm just gonna go out with it. I am leaving I Am Besties. It was definitely a bittersweet choice, but I definitely think that I want to cry already. What the
I know, I'm not getting teary-eyed.
Damn, I already
Like,
feel it. That's crazy.
Whoa. It's getting onions.
Generally, you guys, being on this journey, like being on the pod, like Saul has said several times when we started this, we really did not think about what the future had. We were just some friends getting together, starting a pod, having fun, and just seeing what happened. And it turned into this beautiful experience that I feel so fortunate and lucky to have been a part of. I have grown so much and learned so much as a person. I've had some of the most amazing experiences, been able to meet some of the coolest people, been able to have beautiful conversations with so many people, and I feel very fortunate to have been able to be on this journey with you guys. I really appreciate all the love and the support that you guys have given me, as well as Steph and Isis. I know you're new, but just you being here as well. Just in general, every single person that has been with me on this journey, I truly appreciate you guys. I want to emphasize again, you guys, the viewers, the supporters, because I truly feel like for a long time it's what kept me going, right? It's that I knew the value that I brought to you guys. I would read your guys' messages, your comments, and how the way I spoke and the things that I shared and the advice that I shared inspired you guys so much. And it influenced your decisions, it influenced the way you thought, it influenced the way you carried yourself. And to me, was like a huge responsibility and something that I felt proud of and something that I still do feel very proud of. And so I really think that I still love doing this. It's definitely something that I'm going to carry in my heart forever, but I definitely do feel like I am at a point where I'm ready for the next journey. And I'm always going to have love for the whole IE network team. I'm always going to have love for you girls, for you guys watching. This is something I'm always going to carry in my heart, but I genuinely just feel like I'm ready to move on and see what else is life has for me, what next adventure I'm going to go on. And it's not that I didn't feel like I could grow here. I just genuinely think that, when something is just not serving you, in a sense of like where your life direction might want to take you, where your heart is tugging you. And I just feel like it was very evident for me, especially after Isis came on. And, she took on a lot being part of the show, that I realized, okay, you know what? I feel comfortable taking that next step, because I know I'm not leaving my team high and dry. It's in good hands. You guys love Isis and you guys love the dynamic that's going on. So I genuinely hope that you guys keep watching, keep enjoying. And this is not a goodbye forever, you guys. I literally, like I told Saul, like I will step in whenever the girls are going to be out. Both of them travel. Both of them have their lives and work and everything. So I know that there might be times where they might need me to step in and just come. And I would love to come back and just chit chat with you guys, say hi, catch up. And you guys can always follow me on my socials, keep up with me if you feel like it, just to keep up and see what else is in store for me. But yeah, you guys, that's the news. It was bittersweet. I've already come to terms with it. There is that bitterness of like closing this door, but at the same time, I am full of excitement for what is to come. And I hope you guys are excited with me, and I hope that you guys will want to keep supporting me on my personal socials, and just like keep an eye out, because there's stuff coming.
Stuff in the works.
Stuff in the works.
What obviously for us, it's really sad to hear you leave. Obviously I've only worked with you for a short amount of time, but I mean, I was a watcher before I was a co-host, you know, and there's so much value that you and Stephanie have added to the podcast. And it is hard, like, you know, for you to leave. Obviously, we appreciate you. I appreciate you. Like I said, I was a fan before I was here, and, you know, that spot will always remain open for you. And, you know, I'm really grateful to have got to share a lot of moments and learn a lot from you. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, who's cutting onions?
I'm not going to give a speech because I'm going to cry. No, but I obviously, like, I feel really sad that you're leaving because we started this together and, you know, we've gone through so much together. So I really am really sad that you're going. But, you know, I love you and, you know, I care about you. And like you said, it's not like, she said this before the show, but, you know, like, it's not goodbye. Like, we're going to see each other. Yes. And, like, even if we have events, like, with the IE Network, like, you're obviously going to be included in all of that. But I love you so much. And I really hope that your next journey is, like, exactly what you're kind of craving. Because I know you, like, I know you have this drive and you just kind of look in the direction, like, where do I put it all? Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited for you.
Thank you.
But I don't want to say nothing because I don't want to, honestly, I just don't feel like crying.
Can I ask you, like, what do you think was, like, a defining moment for you? When was, like, that turning point? Because I know the fans are going to want to know, like, you know, what made you decide to leave?
I think it was just my brain had so many things going on and I was feeling tugged to do other things. And I just felt a pull and I felt like, not that coming here was draining, but it started to feel like, just like, you know, you have an inner voice, you have an inner knowing, you have your intuition. And I just started having this little inner voice. I was saying like, hey, like, this chapter is coming to an end. Like, it was just an inner knowing. It was just an inner, and it showed. I feel like as a team, you guys noticed, I'm like speaking, like, you know, with truth, with the honesty here in front of like the viewers. It showed. You guys saw me pull back in ways, you know, and I didn't. And before you came in the picture, I was just like, you know what, like, I have to do it. You know, it started feeling like I have to instead of like I want to. And it was just kind of like the inner struggle of like your inner voice saying like, hey, like, this chapter is coming to an end. There's so many other things out there that, you know, you're feeling called to do, that you feel like you want to venture into. And it's not that, because people told me like, why not just juggle? Why not just do it and juggle other things? Like, but it's like, if I already feel like my energy doesn't want to go there and I'm not giving it my all, why force it? You know what I mean? Accept it. I'm creating more resistance. And I feel like that's what I was doing, creating more resistance to what my inner knowing was telling me. It's time to move on. And I just don't want to keep creating that inner resistance of like, okay, like, I feel like a lot of it probably had to do like fear of the unknown, of like, okay, starting something new is always scary. Like, I feel like as human beings, we want to know, how is it going to play out? What are the exact steps? Yeah. But I feel like now I'm learning, like, I just have to take the step. I just have to take the action. I just have to do it. And I will give you guys like a little sneak peek of something that I'm working on, and I want to put it out there because I feel like I used to be like, oh, I don't want to put it out there because I used to have like this really negative like self-concept of I'm a person that starts things and doesn't finish them. So I would try to refrain from putting things out there because I'd be like, why am I going to say it if I already know I'm not going to do it? But there is something that I've been working on, and I want to put on wellness events, but specifically targeting older generation Latina women who suffer with depression and anxiety, and they just feel disconnected. They don't feel like they have community. They don't feel like they have joy in their lives. And I felt inspired to do this by my mom and the women in my life who are so... they're amazing women and I look up to them, but they just don't see it in themselves. And I've been part of wellness retreats that I feel like have been so profound to me, and I just felt so connected and I just felt so much joy. And I was like, okay, like, this is something that I could provide a value to the world, and something that I feel like would be fulfilling to me, and not just that, but something that in the process is going to help the women that I love in my life. And something that I could hopefully like branch out to the women of the world around me. And I definitely want to start in the IE and San Bernardino specifically. They made me think about that. That's literally what I was thinking about.
That's what inspired it.
That's
confirm this.
In the world.
Hate crime, and we're gonna jump into that, guys. There's a hate crime that happened to me today, but literally, I've already been having meetings about putting this into the works, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not letting fear be something that is living in my brain anymore. It's there, but I'm not listening to it. I'm not letting it hold me back. I'm not letting it, stop me from, doing what I have to do to live the life that I want, to feel fulfilled, to feel content, to feel the joy. And honestly, I'm so at peace. I feel like that's why you guys probably, like, I came in here like on a really good like energy, and I genuinely just feel like it's because to me this doesn't feel like the end. It doesn't. A lot of people were asking me like, oh, but like, why are you quitting? And it's like, I'm not quitting. Like,
and even like, I feel like quitting has such a negative connotation where it's like quitting is so abrupt, and this is like not quitting. Like, this was a very, like you said,
it was a long time coming.
Yeah, it was, and it wasn't an easy decision. Like, quitting is just, I'm picking my shit up and I'm going.
Yeah.
So it's unfair for people to be like, oh, you're quitting, like you're giving up in a sense, which is not. You're moving on, which is
redirection. I think
exactly.
if you're having redirection, and I have to say, I'm really inspired by what you're saying. I think a lot of times we stay somewhere because it's safe. And I think that you're taking the risk because you really believe that there's more that you can do, and you're directing your life in that path.
Yeah.
I feel like you're building that path for you. You're no longer like, this was something that was served to you, and now you're like, I want to really find my path and serve my purpose.
And definitely being a part of this podcast, I feel like was so vital to my growth because it showed me that I was capable. I showed up every week for 2.5 years. I did what I had to do. I networked. I brought guests on. I poured my energy into this. I poured my soul, like my essence. I gave like the most of me for a long, long time. And I, yes, thankfully Saul was behind the camera, behind the editing, and I will never discredit that. But I feel like at the end of the day, we made this, and you too, now that you joined, you're gonna keep making this. But we made this, like the show is what it is because of me and you. We really carried it, and we really did this, and it's a huge accomplishment. And when people were telling me, why are you quitting? It's like, I'm not quitting. I gained so much. I have a lot that I'm thankful for this experience and the value that it brought to me. And I just feel like it's time to use that and apply it somewhere else now. Yeah. And I'm choosing to apply it in these wellness events that I've been inspired to do for the women in my life and for other women that need it. Because I resonate. My mom, a lot of the things that she complains about and struggles with, they're things that I feel now as a young adult. And it's like, I can't imagine reaching 40, 50 and still feeling that way. So it's like, in a sense, it's to create healing in her would feel like create healing in me. And I'm doing it from a place of love. I'm doing it from a place of, not money or what can I gain from this. I'm in a place where I want to be like a walking example of Jesus. Like, I grew up in a Christian community, and I don't associate like the religion aspect of it, but I do remember everything that I learned growing up. And there are a lot of things that I do take and hold dear to my heart. And one thing that I've always taken is I want to be like Jesus. I want to be a walking example of the light and love that he shared with the world. I am convinced that money, the more that I think about it, like we were talking about last episode, there are people that have all the money in the world and they're still unhappy. Yeah. And it's like, I don't want to live my life like that. I don't want to think, and I feel like that was the problem. Every time that I would think about, okay, what do I want to do with my life? It was always money, money, money to survive. And it's like, you know what? Let me not worry about how I'm going to survive. Let me worry about who I want to be as a person and what I want to give to the world. And I'm going to let God take care of the rest. And my heart's been tugging me to this area, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna follow it. For once in my life, I'm not gonna create any buts, ifs, or let anything get in the way. I'm just gonna, this is where my heart is taking me, and that's where I want to go. And that's why I'm very grateful for Saul coming to me and having this conversation of, what do you want? How are you feeling at the pod? Because we see it, and I'm so grateful that he came to me as a friend, because it's like I was having that inner struggle. And I feel like that's a good sign to me as a friend, that he was looking at me and was like, came to me as a friend and was like, I want what's best for you. And, you know, if this isn't what's best for you anymore, it's okay.
Yeah.
And him telling me that, I was like, thank you. Like, you gave me like that. I needed that. And I'm ready.
Okay for you to let
And I'm
go.
ready.
Yeah.
And I'm ready.
Yeah. And Saul's always been so great at that. He's always told us, you know, like, if it's not fun anymore, then I don't want you guys to do it. Obviously, you know, this does provide income sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's like about like, you know, because they can see it, like you said, like everyone can feel it through, and it's insane because it's like a literal camera that we're looking at, and people can, like, our energy transcends even through that. Yeah. So I'm really happy though. I know you had told me about that, so I'm really, really happy and excited to see what you're gonna do with that.
Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you.
Well, I'm hoping I get an invite to one of those bonus. I'm like, she said middle age, but in my heart, sometimes I feel 45.
No, and
my knees. No.
And honestly, like it'd be dope, you know. You could, and if you have any women in your life, right, that you feel like that might need it, that might benefit from it, and that's the goal, you know. And it's so funny because I'm obviously, it's gonna be small at first, you know. I'm gonna work out the kinks, and that's what these meetings I've been having about with a person, like a mentor, you could say, that has already been putting these on, and but I think about how this can also be something of a positive impact for my friends, you know, like you, for example, you do juicing. Let's say if it grows, you can put on like your juicing stand, or like my partner, he crazy. My man, you know, like he's a personal trainer. So like if he wants to do something involving like body movement, like an activity for these women, and he's not fine.
Zumba, but Vanessa 2.0. Vanessa Rumba.
Literally, you know, and you know what, the concept, I feel like what I really love about the concept of this idea that I have is I feel like a lot of these one-off events, because I've gone to a couple, kind of elude the idea that you're broken and you need fixing. And I don't want that to be the idea of these events. I want it to be, this is a place where you can experience joy, where you can experience connection with others. And I feel like there's so like a childlike fun that I feel like brings also so much value to, because sometimes we're so stuck in what's wrong with us. We just need to be pulled into what is right, what feels good. And I feel like a lot of change could be created when you're moved into that headspace. So that's kind of like what I've been.
I feel like I'm listening to you, and we haven't done positive affirmations, but I feel like what I'm hearing from you is, how do you thrive after you've learned to survive?
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like that's the energy that I'm getting, and I think it's really important, and I think I love what you have to say, you know, so you're really going to help people to learn how to recognize that they're thriving after they fought so hard to survive. So whoa, yeah. Catch us supporting a link in bio when it's ready to drop.
Hey, and I'm gonna still be advertising my shit on the fucking account.
On the broadcast channel, the real besties only.
No, literally, I'm gonna still have access to the channels, y'all. So
drop a comment if you guys have a Thea that needs some help.
No, literally, let me know. I'm gonna send you a link. But you guys, the hate crime that I was talking about earlier, I was driving here to this to film, and I was making a right turn, and my windows San Bernardino.
That's a city, girl.
First of all, let's start with the Dino.
Okay. The Dino, baby. You know, I always be repping, but not today. Today was my sign. I need to move the fuck out.
The dirty Dino did you dirty.
Literally dirty as fuck. And I was making a right, and my windows were down, and I heard someone outside cursing, and I was like, oh, like, I knew it's a crackhead, you know, but like, I didn't think it was directed at me because I was like focused on the road, and then I was making a right, and then the homeless person started crossing the street, so I had to wait for them to walk so that I could turn, and they were cursing at me, like they were calling me like puta, and like just like saying names like that, and I was just like, damn, like that's crazy. That's fine.
How'd she know?
Dude, she's like, you logged into a Patreon?
Dude, that was my FBI agent that listened to my phone.
Entrapment.
And then literally, when I was turning slowly, my window was down in my driver's seat, and she looked back.
What song were you bumping?
None. Literally, I had just left my neighborhood. Like literally, I was like, bro. And my window was down, and she literally looked back. She grabbed ice from her fucking cup, y'all, and she threw it at me. And thankfully it did not hit my face, but like it did like hit like my body, and I was like, what the fuck, y'all. I immediately in the group like, y'all, I was just a victim of a hate crime.
Victim.
And I was like, y'all, I was like, literally she needed that ice more than me. It's hot outside. Right. Like, it was funny. I'm such a, and I feel like that's one of the things that I'm very grateful for. I'm very like, I don't let things affect me like that. Like, I was in a good mood. I blessed that lady. I was like, God bless her. Like, I hope her situation gets better, because my sisters were like, why don't you fight the hoe? And I was like, what am I going to do? Pull over right now and try to fight a hobo in the intersection? Right. She has nothing to lose.
Yeah, you're going to need a tetanus shot after that.
I have everything to lose. I'm not going to do that. And also, I'm just not a fighter. But I wasn't even mad like that.
Y'all get my ass.
I was like, she probably could be my ass. And honestly, like, I'm just not a fighter like that. But I really, like, that shit was just funny.
I think she just wanted to see you like in a wet t-shirt contest.
That's wild.
She was like, let's make them rain.
No, literally. No, but for us, hot as fuck outside. I was like, girl.
At first, I thought she threw her whole drink at you.
No. She
and
just
I was like, damn.
No, she had like the, those polar cups from the gas station. Yeah, she just had those, and it was just like, she just grabbed in like she just grabbed a bunch of ice and threw it at me. Yeah, but y'all, she looked at me mad. Like, she was having a bad day.
She ain't never seen a bad bitch before.
She looked pissed.
Not in the Dino.
No.
Not past Waterman and Bayside.
How'd you know that's where I was at?
The coordinates gave it away.
I got your location, boo. I saw.
Hey. Oh my God. No, I remember I used to work at Stater Brothers right there on Waterman.
You worked at Stater Brothers,
I worked at Stater. I used to work at Stater Brothers right there.
Okay.
And that, you know how there was that little donut shop right there in that Waterman and Baseline?
Yes.
So it was actually a spot for prostitution. They shut it down while I was working. That 1 month that I was there, I saw heroin. They shut it, and they ended up shutting it down for like, it was actually a prostitution ring. So careful when you order a number 3.
What?
I come with herpes.
What?
That's insane.
No shade to the people.
¿Estás trabajando hoy?
Where was it? That's crazy.
Dude, it's crazy.
That's sad though. I feel like as of lately, I've seen so many more homeless people in Fontana.
Bro.
And it's just like insane to me, because it's literally in like downtown Fontana, in that little section. But lately they've been a lot like in Bloomington, like by my house and stuff, which is weird because it's like more of a like neighborhood suburb homie. Yeah, it's not so like City Hall or whatever. But I've been seeing so many, and it literally breaks my heart. I'm not like a homeless person hater, I'm not gonna lie, because I know a lot of people that are like, nah, fuck that, especially cops, you know what I mean? But I have such a like tender spot for them in my heart for some reason.
Y'all don't live next to a crackhead house. Anyways.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everyone always starts giving me their stories, but I'm like, I think I've seen too many of those interviews online of like how people become homeless, that it like, I'm always like, how did you get here?
Yeah. And I think it can be like, you can not like what they do, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if they're, selling drugs by your house or doing things that are like a disturbance to you.
Or putting up their home on your porch. But that's just me though. That's just me though.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of them like they'll do like drugs, and like there's kids walking around and like stuff like that. Like, I understand.
Like, you can dislike that, but also feel compassionate for like the fact that like, bro, like, you're in this situation and that sucks. Like,
exactly.
You would wish to want to
and
get
so
better.
Many of them are like so far gone that like no matter like what, there's like no way coming back, because their brain is just so fried.
Yeah.
So I think of all those things when I see them, and why the fuck do they always have a dog? Not to say that they don't deserve a companion, but
you know what? That's so real though, because my little sister, when we were watching movies, she was like, "Kill everybody, I don't give a fuck. But if you kill a dog, turn that shit off. Like,
turn the lights off."
Literally, she like, it's like some people just feel more like compassion for animals.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I don't have a problem with like unhoused people, like, or homeless people. I feel like, again, my neighbors sell crack. Like, it's cool.
Everybody in the comments.
Same thing.
50 likes and we'll drop the location.
Like they're around your house. Got it.
I live in downtown. Don't get confused. It's similar to downtown LA. As in there's crack. There's a bunch of my neighborhood might as well be Fontana Skid Row.
For sure.
For sure. So I don't have a problem with that. I totally understand that the cost of living has gone up. A lot of people are in crisis. the average American, actually over 40% of Americans would not be able to pay a $400 family emergency. So most people are in fact one paycheck away from being homeless. So I definitely don't, I don't think that homelessness is indicative like you being a trash person. Sometimes people just fall on hard times. Look at Social Security, right? We're gonna get old one day, and if we don't have that pension supposed to support us, a lot of people are going to be living in their cars or homeless. So I definitely don't, I'm joking, I'm not joking. I really did have a homeless person go and create a whole new shelter in my house.
But we understand the severity.
I was on the fucking Ring camera like, you need to leave. You need to leave. And then the police came. I have the pictures. The police came, Saul actually, and like Rex and the homies came and we were cleaning up. She brought a trash can. She changed her hats. She had an outfit change. She had makeup. She had a setup, and then she was reading.
Babe,
she was writing.
Yeah, they always got a setup
in your gate. Inside.
Right now, yes.
Show me what.
He says it's like that sound on TikTok. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about homeless people.
No, literally, I'm like that, and then I was pissed because then I called the cops. Right, I'm on the thing. I'm like, you need to get the fuck out. And she's like,
no way.
She's like, wow, this book is so good.
She's all extra shimmy and shit on my fucking porch. I swear.
Crazy.
The police came. She's like, this is my house, and then she starts calling my neighbor's house. For my own safety reasons, I will use different names. But she was like, oh wait, no, that's her name.
Not say the actual name.
I was like, she's like, Anon. She was like, Anon. She was like, this is my casa, mis hijos.
Oh my god, not a llorona.
Oh hell, I was literally so
God.
fucking pissed. I'm like, and then the next day she obviously like got bailed out, or I don't know if they just
She came back.
Yeah,
she was back.
They can't do anything to them because one time when I was selling food at the food truck, like this cracked out ass lady came into my house, and when I called the cops, he told me like, well, you really can't do anything because you have a like we're open sign, so like she's technically
allowed
like not
to
doing anything because she was just right up front, but she was like screaming and like taking off her clothes, like being crazy. But as soon as the cop like showed up, she like completely like was a whole different person. It was so crazy.
So see, they know their brains aren't that
sometimes
fried.
but like
the bitch who was at my crib was definitely fried. Like
she had no idea.
She had no idea where the fuck she was.
Not
at.
her coming to try to set up shop again the next day.
And no, then the next day she gets out, right, and I'm on the phone walking Suki, right, and I'm on the phone with Marisol, and I'm like, oh hell no, bitch. If it's not this, I'm like, look, bitch, you better not go to my motherfucking shit. Like in her own fucking world. I was so it wasn't because she was like posted up in the same part. I'm like, and then I went. Then she was
me too.
no, because she was gonna go purchase, paraphernalia.
Yeah.
And so I was literally at my neighbor's. I was like, Alan, look, if this bitch comes to my house right now, I'm gonna fucking call the cops every motherfucking time. And I think you and I both don't want that, right? So you need to get her, you need to stop whatever you're doing, you need to stop having business with her because I'm gonna call the cops every single time a random ass crackhead comes near my house. So do you want that? No, right? She never shut up again. So sometimes you need to stand up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care if you're doing crack and everything, but once you're trespassing my property and like
makes sense.
I have a kid that lives with us,
Suki's
Suki, like what if she was so cracked out she would have like gone inside and tried to grab my dog and hurt my dog? She's on drugs. Like I totally understand that it's an outer body experience. Like she doesn't have control. So I'm not.
But it doesn't justify her actions.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like
you
you can judge the actions and like not like the person. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
like I go to my neighbor's house. They're the ones who put the business. Why are you coming to my house? Like that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like do whatever you got to do. Just don't do it in my property where you're my safety. It has to be.
You
first.
never know. You never know.
Yeah,
you never know if she tries to break in your house or something.
Like Whitney used to say, crack is whack. Oh no, she said crack is cheap. I don't smoke crack. So shout out to Whitney.
She
R.I.P.
said that. That's so funny.
Because I think Barbara Walters was like, so are you addicted to crack? She's like,
oh my god, I've seen that.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, she's like, let me get this straight. Crack is cheap. I don't smoke crack. Okay, cocaine.
That sounds like the Charlie Sheen video where he's like, are there drugs in this house? He's like, no, there's not drugs in this house. If there's drugs in the house, like, I'll just throw them out.
Yeah.
Like, he's all fucking
super
coked out, too.
And that's what I'm saying. And I also don't judge, like, homeless people doing drugs because I know hella people who have houses and do drugs. So,
that part.
Like,
bitch, if I was homeless, I want to do drugs, too.
Here, I'm like, if I was on the street, the least I would want to do is drugs. So
exactly.
It would make,
like, y'all have a good life and y'all doing drugs and raves. Like, sorry, it's the same shit, just with more money.
That's why I don't place blame on people who do drugs. Like, I know people who live in 5-bedroom houses with a duplex and
everyone's doing coke in the bathroom.
Right.
Have y'all seen that meme where it's like me on my way to work on a Tuesday morning, seeing the crack of the neighborhood already drunk, having a good time?
You're unemployed.
You're like, fuck, I wish I was me.
Look, she's literally peeking in my house, and my dog is a barker.
No.
So that's why I was concerned, because I'm like, you're on
Why
drugs?
are you peeking in my house?
Yeah, and I'm
no. That, like, even if she wasn't picking your damn house, she's literally right by your fucking door, on your porch, on your fucking literal porch. That's
literal
insane.
Porch. I'm telling you, she damn near. I was about to start charging her rent with the way that prices have been going on.
You were like, if you're watching this, please come back.
I'm actually looking for a roommate.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you just got water.
I
in your
know,
shirt.
guys. I spilled on my shirt.
Now you're trying to get a wet t-shirt contest.
Oh my god.
Let me know. I'll rip my bra off right now.
Hey, we need to
mine's
get
beige, so
Hey.
it's gonna come off later anyway. So
Hey, y'all heard it here first.
y'all heard it.
Dude, no, it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. Life is crazy.
I know.
Talking about crazy. Do you guys know who Michelle? Was that her name? Monet? Like that influencer.
Oh, I don't know who she is, but I saw the TikTok
You
of her man.
saw-
What are y'all thoughts?
You saw that?
I didn't see it.
But you know who she is?
She's the one who does like skincare and stuff like that.
I don't know who she is, but I just saw her man. Why do men always gotta embarrass you?
No, let me look it up.
Did y'all hear Sabrina Carpenter's new song?
Monet
Why she
Michelle.
gotta
Yeah.
embarrass herself?
It's so cute.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Wait,
What?
what's her name?
Sorry. Monet McMichael? Oh. Anesti.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Anesti Monet Michael. Well,
Yeah, well, pretty much her. She's a very successful influencer, so she's well off.
She's like Morenita?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, here, let me show you. And her man, they're like a power couple. Like he's also an influencer.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you seen her man?
Yeah. No, well, yeah. I've seen, they would do videos together, right? Yeah.
And so pretty much he went on a podcast and he was saying how, what is a provider? Like, that he doesn't like the connotation provider gets because everyone just says it's like financial, like provide financially, and he doesn't agree with that. That he doesn't think that as a man that should be all that he like does, provide financially. Mm-hmm. And he made a comment like, oh, like maybe like if she had my kid and she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, then like we can talk about like financially like providing. Mm-hmm. But other than that, he was like, nails, hair, makeup, everything's expensive. Like, why do I have to be the one who pay everything?
Wait, let's Google right now.
Yeah.
Let's Google. What does provider mean? Oh, 444.
Dude, so I was just like, okay. That was just like a little crazy to me because it's like, I get like she's well off, right? She's a big influencer, so in his mind, like she's well off. Like she doesn't need my money.
Yeah.
And whoa, not Google being on this side. A dictionary, a provider, a person or thing that provides something. A leading, and an example, right? The first one is a leading provider of personal financial services. And then the second definition for provider is a breadwinner. Guess what Google says? He didn't like the thought of dad being the sole provider for the family again. I'm going to screenshot this because y'all need to see this.
Yeah, so basically, like, he was just saying that. And he even brought up the sprinkle, Shara. Mm-hmm. And he was saying, like, oh, like, he doesn't like the message that she shares with the world because he feels like she's just, like, brainwashing women to just go for men that are going to provide financially. Like, that should be, like, the standard, I guess. So, I don't know. I have, like, mixed feelings because I dated a man in the past who did not provide for me financially at all. And it wasn't a problem. Like, you know, I was willing to do the 50-50. I was willing to pay on dates, you know. I was willing, like, I paid for my own hair, nails, makeup all the time. Like, you know, I never asked him for anything. And I was content, you know, like, what I thought was like,
I didn't.
I learned at the time. You know, I was young.
You were young and naive.
I was really young, you know. And now that I am with a man who is a provider and wants to provide for me, and I don't have to ask for it. Mm-hmm. It's just naturally what he wants to do for me. He wants to take care of me. He wants to see me happy, and in any area like that he can pour into me. And in his mind, obviously, like, he's like a man, so it's he always leads with like financially because that's what he's set in that way. So he just always wants to provide for me in that way, and it's really nice. Like, it's not that I expect it, but I can see why like the sprinkle girl, like she like is encouraging women to kind of not feel afraid to ask for that or to feel like they are not deserving of that. Because it's a good feeling to just know that a man wants to provide for you. And we're talking about just a financial aspect. I do think that there are other ways a man could provide, like emotionally, you know, mentally, physically. But, you know, if we're talking about just the financial aspect, I think it takes a lot of pressure as a woman. And I feel like for me, I've been able to be more feminine. I've been able to be more, I feel like, you know, when I'm constantly stressed about bills or stressed out about how I'm going to pay for this, I'm going to do that. Or like going out, you know, like when I used to be with my ex, I'd be like, oh, fuck, like we're most likely going to have to go 50-50. Like, do I have like money for that? You know, just like stressed out as opposed to like now, like I know like money is never something that I have to worry about. It's really nice. Like, I don't know what to say. It's just, it's really nice. Like, it's comforting. I can sit back and be more feminine and relaxed and more like girly and just like, oh, like take care of me, like dainty and like, you know, just cute. And like, it's just it's really like, I like it. And I can see why it could be an important aspect. And the crazy thing is not even just for me, but I can also see how him as a man, he feels good to take care of me, how he feels good with himself as a man to be like, this is my girl and I can do these things for her and I feel good about myself knowing that she's taken care of, that she's happy. And it's an exchange. It's not, I feel like men just think like, oh, well, they're getting us, what about me, you know? And it's like, no, well, like you get some, like if you're doing it for the right reasons and because it's genuinely something that you want to provide, you're gonna get something out of it too, because not only are you feeling good about yourself, but me feeling in that relaxed, like feminine energy, I'm also pouring into you. That's also making you as a man feel better about yourself. So I think that, I don't know, it just sucks because obviously like they're such a public couple and like you're opening yourself up to judgment. So I feel like I don't know how is her name Michelle? I always feel like,
I think, well, I read it
Monet. Like I just feel like, damn, like it just sucks because, you know, I feel for her as a girl, like to just have that judgment, like for your man to go on a pod and possibly feel like he embarrassed you.
What did I say? Sometimes y'all need to shut the fuck up.
No, literally, because it's like, dude, like why even bring up the nails, hair, and makeup? I feel like that's like the most basic things, like that I feel like you should want to, like, you know, like
I don't know. I'm gonna play devil's advocate only because nails, hair, and makeup, depending too, because I'm assuming, I don't know him. I'm assuming she's more successful than him.
Yeah.
So I saw this interview where it was a podcast where they say like men don't really have a place in society right now because they were so like them being a provider was such like the thing,
the cornerstone of
epitome
of what
the fucking American dream, you know, like your wife stays home and you go to work and white picket fence, whatever. But since that's not the case anymore, since women are, you know, making money and kind of running their own business, they're so self-sufficient that men have no idea how to be the provider. I feel like when men are in a relationship with women who are more successful than them, they tend to say that because that's just the only thing they can afford. I'm assuming, right? Because if you can't pay for your like nails, hair, and makeup for someone like her who's so successful and so independent, like then you just can't own up to her. You know what I mean? Like she's on a different level than you. She needs someone who's above her to take care of her. Like to me, they're just not on the same level. I feel like it only works 50-50. If one, obviously the couple wants it, or two, the man just isn't able to provide the 100%.
And honestly, I also saw another video that talked about how it looks different for everyone. Like not everybody is aspiring to be taken care of by a man. And if 50-50 works for you, she was saying, I'm an advocate for whatever makes you happy. Yes. If 50-50 makes you happy, do it. If you want to be provided for, believe that there is a man out there that can provide for you. Yeah. You know, so it's like it's your life, it's your world, you're creating it. So it's like, do what makes you happy. Don't listen to what everyone's saying should be the standard of what people want. They're just projecting what they want. Yeah. You don't let that define what you want. What do you want? Yeah. You know, and it's like, and like I said, I've been in a relationship where it was 50-50. I didn't mind it. I was happy in it. It was other reasons that we broke up. You know, it had nothing to do with being 50-50. So like I said, it wasn't an issue for me when I did 50-50. But again, now that I have experienced what it's like to not have to do 50-50, I don't think I could go back.
I just feel like
personally
good. I just feel like why are we trying to change the definition of what a provider is?
Exactly.
By default, a provider is a breadwinner. So if you do not fit that definition, then stop trying to be a provider.
Or stop trying to date a woman who you need to lower their expectations for what they want. That's what I mean in the sense where they're not on the same level. Like, if you don't want to provide for this woman, then let her go to find someone who will. Because you don't want to, so that woman is just not for you. That's not to yours. Like, you're not up to her standard.
And also, too, I think one thing that should be noted about this is they're like a new couple, you guys. They've been like a year in. I kind of read somewhere, so it's like we can't expect him already to come in and like take over, especially if she has her own property, he has his own property, because he's not maybe as big as her, but he's already self-sufficient as an influencer. You know what I mean? So it's like he's also doing well for himself. Yeah. So it's like they have their own properties, their own place, their own lives. It's a year in, so it's like we can't like put all this pressure. I do think that maybe I do think the way he came on the pod, I feel like when you're in a relationship, these are kind of things that you should talk about with your partner, about like what you want to share, because you're not just speaking for yourself at that point, you're speaking for your relationship. So it's like I feel like these are things that, especially being an influencer, like, okay, what are things we need to keep to ourselves, and what are things like we should like openly like talk about and are okay talking about. Because I feel like the only thing like I'll be concerned is like for her, because she's getting so much hate even in her comments. Damn. But people are like, Dusty, you're dating a Dusty. Like, they're being so mean to her in her comments. I'm like, damn, dude, like that's fucked up. Like
that reminds me though of kind of like when Simone Biles' husband went on the podcast.
Oh no, that was insane.
Because she even said, she was like, he was not there for me, he was there for him, and I want like my husband to thrive. So I feel like in that sense, like obviously, like Vanessa, we don't know what happens behind closed doors, what their agreement is. Yeah. But I feel like just the way women can say, I want a provider, men should be able to be like, I don't want to fucking take care of you, bitch. Get to work. Like,
that too. I agree. That's valid.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's like, valid. If he doesn't want to do that, he doesn't want to do that.
Exactly.
Because there's men who are stay-at-home dads and they're chilling.
Exactly. They're and that's exactly what, like, going back to that video, I was saying, like, do what works for you. Yeah. And I feel like that's one of the biggest problems that I have with the internet, is that people want to come up here and like cast a judgment and make that be the truth. Like, this is how things have to be. A lot of people cannot deal with like nuance, with compromise, with things just not being the way they were taught or the way they think. And it's like, dude, like, not everyone's gonna think like you, and doesn't mean that they're unhappy or that they're not good with their life just because it's not how you want it to be. Yeah. So it's like, dude, like, everyone's over here feeling bad for Monet, and it's like, girl, she's rich. Y'all feeling bad for her because a man can't provide her lifestyle, but she could provide her own lifestyle.
And she's probably reading those comments,
literally
with her man
laughing
in bed, like,
on a trip to Turks and Caicos, baby girl. Right. Like, they're not worried about y'all. Y'all literally blowing up this fucking people's relationship. They're happy. They're thriving. Both of them individually are doing good for themselves, and y'all broke, probably hungry behind the screen, writing these comments. Like, it's so unnecessary.
I just think too, let's be honest, let's be realistic right now. The majority of Americans do not make more than, I think, like 56,000. Like 40% don't make more than 56,000. That's across the country. So what does that mean? We're not
everybody's getting a provider, baby girl.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think people need to get off.
Wake up, set those alarms.
Yeah, I feel like people need to get offline and like realize the majority of women are dating men who can provide within limits, and that's fine. I don't think as a man your value is decreased or increased. Well, I don't think your values decrease just because you can't provide the Instagram lifestyle. Let's be more realistic. Most people just want a partner who's going to provide to whatever capacity is within their limits that they want, that they feel comfortable in, is going to be emotionally available, is going to be a good parent if they have a family, and someone who's reliable and loyal. Like, I think that's really the foundation of what most people want. Some people are living in a fantasy, and they're also losers who think that they're going to be able to get a 0.1% man who's making over 100K. Not most people are making 100K, and a lot of you bitches don't even want to date men that are not over 6 feet. So you already cut out a large part of that demographic. So, like, I think let's be realistic as a man. Most women can say these things, but at the end of the day, as we get older, we place value on things like companionship, things on reliability, things on stability. Yes. And so if you're worried about the IG baddie that you're never going to have ever in your entire life, unless you won the lotto, you need to touch grass, man. You need to touch grass. You need to realize most women are okay with a man that's not going to fund their entire lifestyle, but someone who's going to help support them and uplift them and be a partner.
And I also think another important thing to note is, I think if like, let's say the likelihood of a man supporting your lifestyle, like for me, this is when I say I don't think I could ever go back to man not funding my lifestyle. I don't mean I want like a freaking mansion and like fucking exotic cars. Like literally, my dad worked construction. And my mom lived like, well, the years that they were married, you know what I mean? Like she was happy. She stayed home with her kids. I wish she would have had more endeavors and hobbies and passions, you know, that fulfilled her life on the outside. But me, when I think about a man providing for me, guys, my money is really not my focus. Like, yes, I feel like when you're in survival mode, we tend to think money is the focus. Yeah. But now that I'm moving out of that, it's really not. Like, if I have to work, that's fine. But it's like now knowing what it's like, and having had a dad that took care of me and being now with someone that does take care of me, it's like I feel like it is possible for me, and not maybe necessarily in a way where I'm going to be living in a mansion and stuff, but it's like just to kind of have like that comfort. I feel like it definitely is doable. But like you said, most people in America don't make more than what?
$56,000.
Exactly. So it's like, if you can live below those means and you don't have to work and you're comfortable with like living, I guess, quote unquote, a simple lifestyle, then maybe it is doable for you. Like you said, a lot of these images that we have are all IG, like Instagram, social media, internet lifestyles that we think that we have to get to feel like complete and fulfilled. But in reality, it's not about the money. It's not about the status. It's literally, how does he treat you? Is he emotionally stable? Like, is he there for you? Does he interact with you and your family? Like, it's really like, when you're on your deathbed, you're not going to talk about the house, the cars, everything. You're going to talk about your experiences, how the people in your life treated you, were you fulfilled in love and companionship and all these things. That's what's going to matter. And I feel like that definitely should be the focus. Yeah. I'm not saying that money isn't an important thing. So obviously we live in this world and we have to, at the end of the day, we got to pay bills, you know, so that's definitely something to consider. But it shouldn't be the determining factor, I think, in a relationship.
I'm gonna be honest, and I know a lot of women who make more than their partners. Yeah. And when you're self-sufficient, when you're making enough that you can fund your own lifestyle, I'm gonna be honest, these women are not dating men who are sometimes their equal. Sometimes they make less than them, but they're providing a lot of that emotional support. They're providing a lot of reliability. They're providing emotional stability. They're providing other things outside of a checkbook. Exactly. So I'm gonna be honest, I totally fund my entire lifestyle, you know? Obviously my partner at one point when we were younger, he was making way more. I mean, I was making minimum wage and freaking Rex was making 40 times that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's making a lot more. But now I'm in a place where I can fund myself, and I'm like, well, what do I need? I need someone who's gonna make me happy. Exactly. And I see women who date people who make less than them, and they just make them happy. Exactly. So when you log off and actually talk to people in real life,
touch some grass,
touch the sun hit you. Yeah, you'll see that what matters when women have the capacity to fund their lifestyles and to be self-sufficient, happiness is what matters first.
100%.
It's the truth. Like, it is. I'm telling you, I know women who make over 100K with someone who's making a little bit more than that, and they're totally happy with their partner.
Yeah. That's the part in Sex and the City that I'm at where...
which one?
The original one, where what's her face is dating Steve and he can't handle a bad bitch lawyer.
Oh, Miranda.
Yeah, Miranda. That's the one. Yeah, and so he breaks up with her because he's like, you need to date someone on your status. And I was like, I love you, Steve. Don't leave. Yeah, he was so sweet. They're getting back together, guys. They're getting back together.
I'm like, I don't want to ruin for you, but it kind of doesn't work out.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah. I've seen all the spoilers, but I just pretend that I haven't.
Yeah.
My memory's bad. Don't spoil it for me. I want to watch it.
Okay, no.
Okay, there's a lot of sex on that show. Obviously, it's called Sex in the City, but I don't know what I was expecting.
No, watching it. Having sex in the city.
There's a lot of sex. Oh, I'm gonna watch it now.
But like a lot of like nudity is what I mean. Like I think for the times, I was a little surprised.
So progressive.
Yeah. I hadn't seen that much titty since Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? Like,
Samantha's getting tossed. My girl Samantha, she's like,
oh my god, that annoys me that she shows more nudity than anybody.
Carrie has you've never seen a nipple.
Never seen them titties.
Why? What do you think that is? How are you gonna have the sex column and you're not having sex?
Because she was like the star, so she had. I think she got paid more too.
Yeah, she did get paid. I didn't think she became an executive producer, and that's kind of why Kim Cattrall, who plays Samantha, was totally fucking hates her. She's like, it's not fair that she's getting paid more. Because let's be honest, the show's star was Carrie, but the star of the show was Samantha. I'm gonna be real. Like Samantha, every time she gave.
I need to watch it. I need to watch it.
It's a great show.
I believe it. I believe you guys.
It's not a great show, but it's a show.
But talking about sex though, Megan AI sex tape.
Yeah.
What was that about?
Oh my god, have you?
I never even heard of it.
So on Twitter, the Barbs. I just feel like I'm sorry.
Not the Barbs.
The Barbs.
The Barbs. The Barbs.
No,
There was somebody called Mob's World in cahoots with another big Barb channel that they went and they got an old video of somebody like having sex. It was a woman, you know, she was a little bit darker in her area. She wasn't really doing anything. I think they were trying to purposely get a video of someone not doing the most to prove that she's not this big old freak. And so they AI'd a video of Megan Thee Stallion's face on top of this girl's body. And they're like, oh, this is her sex tape, whack ass, like fake freak. She's not really a freak. And it's just like, I also think it's when we compare that to like the Taylor Swift AI photos, when we look at the disparity and the response of social media, Twitter, I literally went on Twitter. I'm like, Taylor Swift AI. You cannot even search that. Oh, wow. But I went Megan Thee Stallion AI. You could search it. You see the video. It's one of the top posts, and it's just like, why is our response to Taylor Swift to protect her and make sure that people are not seeing these fake images of her being circulated? But Megan Thee Stallion, who's, you know, an equally in her own right popular artist, is not being protected at all. And she just faced getting shot at. Yeah. She has no support from her parents. You know, her grandma died. And it's just like, why is there a disparity in terms of how we react to that and how much we care? So it's okay for a white woman to be protected when fake images are being distributed of her, but fuck this black woman and we're not going to protect her. That's fake. They're using her likeliness. So horrible on the Barbs to be thinking that you can do something like that to exploit a woman and to really embarrass her and try to shame her, right? And then 2, why are we not doing enough to protect her?
But also 3, I feel like I don't think people are really grasping the dangers of AI.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, like I think that the fact that people are even able to do that with anyone is crazy. Sick. And especially I just saw a video of like the new features that the iPhone's gonna have, and you can like create your own emojis essentially. Like you just type them into AI and like AI creates them for you. But you could also like tap into your pictures and the AI will grab like whoever you took a photo of and turn it into a little emoji. And when I saw that, honestly, I kind of got uneasy because I was like, the things you can do with AI is so sickening that they're them adding just features to anything. Like even like Spotify, like you have like an AI DJ now, or like they're just putting it into everything.
Maybe not as big, but to me it's a bother. You're gonna be able to send alarms to people. Did you know that?
What?
Yes. Like someone can send an alarm to you to like wake you up in the morning.
Oh hell no!
That one to me was like,
you're all excuse me. The AI.
She's like, cancel AI.
I was like, bitch, you didn't tell me my beauty sleep. It's a problem.
What?
Yeah, it's disgusting. I feel like we need to create laws against it, and I feel like unfortunately the internet, what we've seen, I mean, even when we go on websites, have you guys noticed? They'll be like, do you accept these cookies? I always make it a point to like deny all the cookies and confirm my choices. But there had to be laws to put in place so that people, you can't go on like a Fashion Nova website and they could totally sell all your information to people who are marketers. Mm-hmm. It's like our times, you know, as fast as we're advancing in society, we're not properly protecting us as citizens or as participants of that. Like there should be no reason why a social media company should be able to have all your information and then sell it.
Yeah. Or no even reason. Like when you download an app and it's like ask app not to track. Like, bitch, that should be common fucking sense. Right.
No, just the way that like Instagram censored you, ISIS, from using like certain words, right? Like, it just associated a post that you shared like by keywords and pictures, whatever. And it was just like, okay, literally shut down your account immediately. But you're telling me that you can't somehow censor AI from seeing a fucking video of porn and putting a face over it, and it somehow just all of a sudden it can't fucking not do that. Like it has to do it. Like it's just doable. No, it makes no fucking sense. How is it possible that your shit got censored but something like this could be created and posted? That's insane. It just shows like
they're picking and choosing.
They're picking and choosing, and it's really not about us what we want. They just I feel like they just want to stir it up. It's working in their favor, but everything else, they want the drama, they want the unequalness, they want everyone fighting, they want everyone to be opposed with each other, and it's just drama, and they're just eating that shit up.
Yeah,
and
I
we're
do
just
think.
like, damn.
Yeah, I agree. I think the algorithm has made us more reactive, and the whole purpose of the algorithm is how do we get traction, and they've done so by choosing violence and choosing negative things rather than uplifting positive messages. It's the truth. I totally agree with you.
And honestly, I'm shocked to my core that the Barbs, like, as a woman of color, to bring down another woman of color in that way, like, already just, I don't know. I didn't know about that because I had seen the, I guess, clickbait of it, but I didn't know. I just saw Megan AI. Like, I had no idea what it was about. And I don't have Twitter anymore. Yeah. So I feel like I didn't even see it. And on TikTok, there are at least my algorithm is like, whenever something comes up and I try to search for it, like, I don't see it.
Yeah, and I just think it's insane. Like, I think it begs the question, what are we going to do with people who are child predators? Yeah. And they have a photo of someone's child. Now they have the capacity to do
make
a
what? Video. Oh, that's
disgusting.
Annoying. That's so gross.
It's absolutely disgusting. And I just feel like if you're a stan and Megan Thee Stallion did not directly at you, did not alter your life, why do you spend your time creating a video to purposely try to shame and lie on this woman's name? I hope Megan sues them. I hope she sues the fuck out of them for using her likeliness and for slander. I don't know if that's slander, but I mean, it's fake, you know?
It should be 100%.
I think she should absolutely sue them.
Megan's gonna get rich off of all these lawsuits.
No, literally.
Well, those bars probably don't have 2 pennies to rub against, so.
But at least give them a fucking scare.
And Nikki hasn't said anything about it?
I'm sure she's fucking cackling.
No,
that's what I mean. Like, the fact that she has the ability to go out and speak out against it. Not even, she doesn't have to say, oh, you know, like, we're buddy, but like, for them to talk to her fans and be like, bitch, that's not fucking right.
That's not right. It's not right. You should never take on celebrity beef that deep. I mean, you know.
And it's the insecurity in her jumping out. Because why do you feel like you have to go to these lengths or let your fans go to these lengths? Like, do you really not feel that confident in what you've created for yourself? Right. Like, you're a huge
she's the
like,
queen
she's a
of
blueprint.
Rap.
You're the blueprint, exactly. So the fact that you can't own that and like let new women come into this space and uplift them, it's only going to benefit you. Like, why tear her down? And it's just sad that that's how you're letting your legacy go down, because at the end of the day, there's a new generation coming up. We're forgetting about your ass. Like, we're also, you know, listening to other artists now. And it's like, maybe if you weren't so hateful, we would want to keep listening to you and be like supporting you. But it's like, you're going down this way. And it's like, dude, like, it's making us be off it. And the newer generation is seeing you be a hater. You're not supporting other artists. And it's like, dude, you're just fucking your own legacy over. Like, it's just, it's sad.
It is sad. Yeah. It's just disgusting. I think we need to put laws against that. And, you know, like, I really do think, like, legislation should be put in place, because I've even seen that some high school boys were getting pictures of girls and, like, AIing their face on top of, like, naked bodies.
That's insane.
These are young, impressionable girls. People have committed suicide because of explicit photos of them being shared. Imagine this is on the internet and someone searches up your name and employer. Yeah. And that's the first thing that pops up.
That's insane.
You just potentially ruin someone's career. Yeah. It's sickening.
Fuck AI. Honestly, I hate AI. I try my absolute best not to use it, at least for like personal things.
Hey,
like,
I'd be on ChatGPT though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
ChatGPT is different, right? We're not hitting on ChatGPT.
That's different. Okay, that's different.
But like in all the like an Instagram and all those things that are added onto, I'm like, bitch, what do you mean? Hi, I'm your AI. Blah blah. Talk to me.
Have you seen the AI ones where it's like you like take a picture and then like it puts you like in a how would your like baby look, or how would you look like a
approve.
Or like no, not the ones but like where it's like
look old, though.
Where it could like Photoshop you in like a like if you need like a new like picture for work, what are those called?
Oh yeah,
like headshots.
A headshot, like you can just put a picture and it'll like AI you into a headshot. It's like, damn, it's doing like all these crazy things.
Yeah, AI is insane to me.
It's scary.
It is. And I was telling Isis last time, like, the like environmental impact, like, because I always thought, genuinely, I was like, oh, the internet is just something like in space or fucking in another dimension,
a fake world.
Yeah, but it's not. Like, it's a huge, like, they make huge fucking buildings to be able to generate all that AI. Like, and I guess it's incredibly horrible for the environment. Wow. So as like the technology is progressing and they're just adding it into every little thing, like they're just going to keep building and building and building. I mean, to be fair though, the environment's pretty fucked.
They were fucked, yeah.
Yeah, as a whole. But it's just crazy how they find new ways
to fuck it up.
Make it even worse.
Capitalism.
They're like, we're here for a short time. Might as well make it a good time.
They're like, wait, what's not polluting yet? The internet? All right, let's do it.
That's insane.
Fucking we ball.
Literally.
No, it's
that's
horrible.
Insane. Does that ever make you guys feel like you don't want to have children because of that?
Yeah, actually, that's actually, well, it's not one of the women, but I actually have thought of that. I'm like, what kind of life am I going to bring a child into if they say like by in 10 years it's going to be unbearably hot where people are not even going to be able to go outside. I'm like, or we're going to be fighting for water. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm going to bring in a child where I don't even know if they're going to be able to have water.
Mm-hmm. You know how when you say that and people are like, what if your child saves the world? Or like, what if your child's going to be, what if that baby was going to be the president?
I doubt it. Now that I feel like I've read enough, unless we put limitations on corporations, mm-hmm. my child's never going to save the world. I don't care if my child's a president. My child will never win a presidency if they don't believe in drilling, in mining, in supporting corporations. America became I'm going to stop, but I don't believe that. My kid would not save the world. I don't care. They could cure cancer. They said in China there was a cure for insulin. Why are they not lobbying to allow that in the United States?
We know why.
You know what's so funny? On my TikTok shop, I've gotten a lot of those like herbal books, and they're like, buy it now before the government takes this down and blah, blah. God. And I'm like such a believer in that, like for sure. Like I think whoever has cured cancer has died like a million times. I think they've cured cancer a bunch of times.
I'm pretty sure too.
Yeah. So whenever I see it, I'm like, damn. Should I buy this book? Like, but I'm just buying from TikTok shop. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah. Like, is a cure really going to be on TikTok shop?
She's like, fuck it though. They need to save it.
Yeah, low-key, I do buy a lot from TikTok shop, but I do try to buy a lot of herbal books just because they're so interesting. And I'm like, oh my God, this is how my ancestors used to cure their cold.
Mm-hmm. That's so funny.
Yeah, I started, I have like the most severe cramps on my first day of my period. And I don't like to like pop pills. Like, when I get headaches and things, I just don't like to do that. Amy drinks every weekend, does other things. But ibuprofen
me.
I'm like, but ibuprofen is where I draw limits.
Me.
And so I have been reading like raspberry leaf tea is really good for that. Yeah. And so I went to this market. It's called Beehive Market. It's there in Whittier with my sister. And I saw that they had like these raspberry leaf capsules. I took those as soon as I felt like I was going to get my period. Dude, I did not get any cramps.
You're lying.
They work. Absolutely, they work. The only thing is I did cramp for 2 days, but I popped 2 twice a day, and I was fine. I just felt like, like when you just feel like the rumblings in your stomach, mm-hmm. but I didn't actually feel like the pain.
Oh my God.
It works. So stop popping ibuprofen and get raspberry leaf capsules. Make sure they're actually
organic and clean. And that's insane because literally, I'm so happy you said that because my two little sisters are on their period right now. And my little sister was literally last night throwing up from the pain. Literally throwing up from the pain. God. And she woke up this morning going to work and she was like, oh my God, like I feel so bad. And I gave her ibuprofen because that's all I had. Yeah. So I was like, take it. And she took it, but I'm gonna try to try that.
I'll send you a picture of it. What I've heard is take it like, if she gets her period regularly, try to have her take it like a day or two before. Okay. And then while she's on it. I just took it like, because I wasn't sure my period was coming. Mm-hmm. So I just took it the day of, but it equally worked. And I'm like, wow, I don't have to take like 800 or 1,000 milligrams of ibuprofen.
Literally.
Yeah, it's really worked. Okay. So actually it's funny, since I've taken that, I'm like, I think I want to get books on herbs because I'm like, I'm in a phase, I feel, and like I see my mom's getting older and like she has these aches and pains and like I'm like, oh my God, like I really hate seeing her like that. And I'm just like, what the hell can I do to like boost my immunity without big pharma?
Oh God. They already take enough of our money.
Lifting weights, y'all. Lifting weights.
And other options. I need options.
We've heard of that one before.
Yeah,
what's another one?
Well, I mean, it's technically called preventative medicine. Like herbs and all that. Like it's all about, like you said, like building your immune system so when you have an accident or you get sick, like you have all these defenses already in your body. That's why like sea moss and all like these natural minerals that the earth provides for us, like when we don't take them, like that's why people get so sick because what you're eating is already filled with so many microplastics, so much like additives and preservatives that they put that when you get sick, like you're already freaking 10 times below where you fucking should be.
Yeah.
I saw this meme that said, I know I have microplastics in me, but you know what else I have? I have joy and love. They're gonna take care of the microplastics. I was like, me?
Me with red dye 40 embedded in my DNA at this point.
I just saw like a what are those like
Studies? I'm like jerk off.
Yeah, where like men go and like sperm banks.
Oh.
Yeah, they were like in sperm.
Not ejaculation.
I'm like,
where men go?
People's in the bathroom stall.
Where they go? Oh, they come.
Yeah, I guess like sperm banks were like looking at all like the sperm, and they all had microplastic in there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, like my baby's just gonna be consumed. Well, my non-existent child that was never gonna come would have been made up of my little microplastics.
Girl should dress up. Don't say that.
I don't really care. I don't feel like I've had that feeling where I'm like, oh, you know, I kind of want to. I'll have cravings, but it's never more than my.
Where you're like, oh fuck, I really.
It's not even. I'm
just saying, be careful what you wish for. That's it.
But I'm not wishing for it. I'm just not asking for it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but you saying like, no, I'm not. Like, I just feel like life has a funny way of being like, oh, you don't want this? Here you go.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not necessarily like if I don't get it, I don't feel like it's gonna be something that I'm lacking because I'm already like okay without it.
No. I'm not saying that I'm saying like you're not gonna be okay without it. I'm saying like you know me, like before I got pregnant, I was like I'm never gonna get pregnant. I'm gonna be the rich like auntie. Like I would always put it out there. I'm not gonna get pregnant. I don't want kids. I would always say that. And then I got pregnant. So I just feel like it's so funny when I hear my friends be like, "Oh, dude, like I don't want kids." I'm always like, "That's fine." I'm not saying don't. I'm not saying you're not gonna. I'm not saying you need to.
Yeah.
No, like that's fine. Live your life how you want to. But I just think it's so funny how life has a way of like giving you specifically what you don't want.
That's why I live in California, y'all.
Free choice.
That's why I don't live in Texas.
This ain't Texas.
Yeah. This ain't Texas, y'all. All right, it's all right.
Talking about living in California,
okay.
is TikTok gonna get banned? Is that still a thing?
Well, allegedly, but I think TikTok actually put a lawsuit because they said that it's like unconstitutional what they're doing. So I think they're gonna probably litigate it and then discover it. But I just think it's funny how that was passed so quickly.
Ooh,
and the president said he's willing to do that, but we're not willing to pass laws to protect Roe versus Wade, even when there was a Democratic majority in Congress. But I'm gonna stop there because y'all are gonna be telling me don't be telling me who to vote for. No. Look, I'll be talking shit about Democrats too. I'm not a Democrat. I just happen to vote that way because we're a two-party system, but I'm going to stop there. It'll be for another day.
Are you like independent? Is that essentially?
Let's not say.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I feel like I believe, I don't know what, I feel like, am I a democratic socialist? Potentially. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I just feel like we're in a place where
at its core, you're neither.
At its core, I think I would identify as a Democrat. That's what I voted my whole life. Currently, like even Biden, he actually is upholding what Trump initially wanted to do with immigrants, where you're not allowed to allow asylum seekers to seek asylum at the border. He wants to uphold that, which was a Trump policy. So do I feel like Democrats move mountains to help and be the people's party? I actually don't believe that.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm very contradicting because I have a lot to critique, but I feel like, as part of my First Amendment right, I'm allowed to be critical.
Yeah.
And so that's why I feel really conflicted. That's why I totally understand some people are like, I don't want to vote for Biden. Da, 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 da. Okay, I get it. Yeah, he's supporting genocide. Totally get it. I mean, I'm a Latina. Immigration's probably my top number one issue that I care about. I'm deeply hurt that Biden chose to uphold this Trump policy to not allow asylum seekers to seek asylum at the border, which is in the Constitution. That deeply hurts me. But I really do care about who will be the next Supreme Court nomination. That's what allowed Roe versus Wade to be overturned, Trump's appointment of these Supreme Court justices. So truthfully, that's the only reason why I'm voting Democrat.
Okay. I'm convinced.
Mm-hmm. There'll be a segment eventually.
I guess we're all voting.
Yeah. Hey, I think we should vote. Even if you want to vote for the wrong person, I think
don't worry, you guys. We're gonna post a picture on our Instagram of I love Ice's answers, so you guys can copy them.
Oh, they're gonna know where I live at exactly.
We'll blur that out.
Yeah.
They're gonna look for the crackhead and be like, "Where does she live?
Like what district?" Hey, Aquanetta Warren's.
Oh my God!
Don't even get me started.
Dude, speaking of I've been living in Bloomington for how old am I? I'm 28. for 17 years.
Wow.
And Locust, they knocked down all the houses on that street. Mind you, it's still in a like
residential zone?
Yeah, residential area.
Yeah.
And they completely knocked down all the houses. I just drove by this weekend and I was shocked to my fucking core. Because apparently they're going to close the street for like 9 months. And they're just going to build like a bunch of warehouses right behind my house. Not necessarily right behind my house, but like
Close
I live
by,
in that area.
yeah.
Oh, by Harupa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
they approved 20,000 square feet warehouses like across parallel to high schools.
It's crazy. And my whole residential area, they have like a 20-year plan to kick everybody out.
Your house too?
My house too. So fuck the warehouses.
Insane.
Fuck the government.
Fuck
yeah.
Amazon, unless you're on sponsors.
Fuck Amazon. Except I get my one-day packages and I kind of love that.
Hey, we on my Prime? Oh.
No, but I mean, it used to be like, it was full of farm animals.
Yeah.
We had like, I had someone sold natural eggs around the corner of my house. Like it was such it felt like Mexico almost. There was so much animals, so much vegetation. There was a bunch of like palm trees farms. Yeah, it was just so much that to see it get knocked down and put up by warehouses, like all my streets are nothing but trailers. Like even the gas stations that they're building, they're for like big old semi trucks. You know, it's not even for us. So it makes me really sad because it's my fucking literal home.
Yeah, it's your home.
Yeah, and only the people who are either making a profit off of the trailers, like there's a lot of where you can park your trailers now there, or people who have like huge lots that just for the most part don't want to sell. Like it doesn't really benefit them. They're the only ones who are staying. My neighborhood is still okay, but it does get me thinking like, fuck, like what about when my neighbor starts selling or my other neighbor starts selling? Like, am I going to be that
The
fucking
only
house that's
house.
surrounded by the warehouses? Because there are some like that, like people that didn't want to sell and now all their surroundings is warehouses.
Yeah. It
So
sucks.
That's crazy.
It just sucks when you think about to like your health, right? Like in the Inland Empire has one of the highest rates of asthma in the country.
yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
Oh,
we have one
wow.
of the highest rates of asthma in the country, but it's because of all the logistics.
Yeah.
And it's not to shit on like truck drivers, right? My man's a truck driver, but like it's literally the way that the city and the economy is running, like based off these warehouses. And it's like it's not to shit on warehouse workers, but it's just like these are actually low wage jobs that are not really when we think
High
about
risk.
high risk, and they don't have longevity in terms of career. There's like limitations to what you can earn unless you like are moving up in management. So really we're creating more spaces for more low wage and jobs where people are going to continue to be living at a poverty line, if not a little bit higher, and folks are not going to be able to have a career after this. So we need to really expand and diversify the economy in the Inland Empire because we have a lot to offer.
And I don't understand like why they can't just put these warehouses in a fucking random empty lot. Like why they feel the need, and because they're doing it, you know, they're knocking down houses like that have so much land and creating all these tiny little houses super close together with no space when they have all this empty land that I guess like they're just trying to limit us for something that, you know, people have owned for like 20, 30 years. I know people who have lived there for 70 fucking years. It's so long like that. I'm shocked that when I drive around like up the state or even fucking Moville, it has so much empty land that put a fucking 1,000 warehouses there if you fucking want. Like,
oh, they will.
Why? No, for sure. But why can't they start there? Why do they have to tear people's homes down?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It makes me very, very, very upset. I hate to see it, especially because like there's hills around my house too. And like when I was younger, we used to like go out there and like just, you know, like be fucking crazy ass kids. And now it's like all flat and it's private property. Supposedly someone that lives in the hill up there is part of the KKK.
No way.
Hey, I'm like, not to make it about politics, but that's because of politics.
Yep.
Fontana city manager is one of the highest paid city managers in the nation.
What?
Why is Fontana city managers one of the highest paid in the nation when Fontana is not one of the number one top cities in the nation? Why is that? Because
Why
they're
is
getting I'm like, because they're getting a lot of donations, the investments from warehouses, like these are all people are giving money to mayors like Aquanet and Warren to allow them to continue to approve these
and
plans.
that's so strange. Why Fontana? Like you said, there's so many other places you could build upon.
Exactly.
I wonder what necessarily attracts them to Fontana.
People like Aquanet and Warren who will approve,
who will do fucking anything.
Redistrict zoning areas so that there could be more commercial properties over residential
and
areas.
that can happen in other places that are like
I'm sure
free
it can.
of
I'm
buildings.
just sure she came with a cheap price.
That's crazy.
I think what I saw is that they're putting them all here because we're close to the port. So like the ships that come in, like it's just, I'm assuming it's easier to transport like an hour away from the coast as opposed to, you know, a further distance.
And LA doesn't have any
and
space.
they're not gonna do that shit in fucking Irvine or, you know, like really nice cities.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's why we went on Me Too, because they wanted to talk about like the differences between LA and IE. And that's why I think I have so much issues with when LA starts, like people from LA talk shit about the Inland Empire, because I'm like, dude, you guys have so much. Obviously LA has its problems, of course, but I think as a city you guys are so established in the sense that they're never gonna do that to the people in like LA like that. Like the fact that they picked the Inland Empire, especially considering that like San Bernardino County is like one of the biggest counties, like it's the largest county in the country. Like I think they really, I don't know, I'm all pissed. I swear to God, I'm honestly fucking pissed about it, because I love my home. Like I love my house, and I loved waking up to like the smell of fucking caca from cows and the donkeys. Like literally, it was like that. Like genuinely think of even my sister-in-law when she came, she was like, oh my God, Bloomington looks like Juarez. But you know, like why? Like, why is there so much empty fucking land that you feel like residential areas is the one that you want to tear down?
Yeah.
Another reason not to have children.
Yeah.
That is building the case.
Yeah. No.
That is convincing y'all to not have kids. Y'all convincing me.
Hey, the next episode, this is
the real reason. The real reason why.
The reveal. Hey, Vanessa's back. Like, all right, guys, I'm back. I'm like, fuck. An announcement.
Anyway, guys.
She said my IUD actually didn't work. Okay, class.
Sorry, y'all. We had a little pee break.
Yeah. Wait. Before we continue.
Oh, yeah.
Before we continue, we wanted to give you a little something.
Something
just for all the things
you
that
guys
you've done.
are lying.
You know, don't. Hey, well, the bag is Nike, but don't. You know.
Yeah, don't look at the wrapping.
Yeah, don't look at the wrapping. But we wanted to get you a little something as a see you later, because this is not goodbye. Hey, gotta keep your feet right.
Listen,
you know?
these bitches' feet are crusty. They're like she wears chanclas in the studio too much.
Hey, she's been working out, so you want to keep the toes right, you know?
Yeah.
And then we got you a little bodysuit for your workout. It's like a one-piece backless in the back. Hey, cause she's on her gym era.
Dude.
She's on her gym era. Hey, open it up and see if you like the design.
Pause. How cute.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it.
You know, she has a sexy back, so we're trying to see her sexy from the back.
Okay.
Hey, she's bringing sexy back, so, you know, a little
y'all better make me act out at the gym.
And that's what we're trying to do, actually.
Period. Okay.
So something like...
Oh, they peeped me about my nails. They were like, she needs these.
I'm like, didn't want to, you know, FYI. Little scrunchies for your gym. I'm like, you need a satin one, because she got that long, luscious hair, you know.
And fat, dude. I was just about to buy this at.
Oh really?
I swear to God, I went to fucking.
We knew you needed. That.
I went to Ulta yesterday, dude, and I was staring at this.
We were actually following you.
Oh,
yeah, actually, we were right behind you.
Thank you.
And then we got you some chocolate covered strawberries.
You guys.
Wait, so I feel like Solo should come and say a few words.
I don't look that great, but I should.
Change your shirt.
Yeah, I was saying
I'm like, well, we did say we're gonna give him a home makeover. Yeah, we love you. Yeah. If you want to open a strawberry and let us know. Let me know. Only if you want to give.
Yeah.
Oh my God, let me see.
They look really good.
Oh my God, wait. Enseñar la cara.
Shout out to Baked Sweets.
Shout out to Baked Sweets.
Wow.
Dude, that rose is gorge. Oh my God. Shout out to them.
I drop them.
I bet y'all eat them off the floor.
I am right. Only because no te quiero negar. Damn, it's a big ass strawberry. Well, hey, let me see what that mouth do. Hey, ASMR?
What if she would have said no to sharing?
I'd be like, can we cut that out?
That would have been fucked up.
Dude, this is There's some delicious strawberries.
There is nothing on this goddamn planet that I love more than chocolate covered strawberries. Like, oh god.
This is like white chocolate strawberries, huh?
That one smells.
It was really good. I was hungry too, so.
A little
Thank you
snack break.
guys.
Like, I'll make sure my lips are good.
I really appreciate it.
Oh, you can go pay.
I feel like y'all sending me off to college or some shit. Like,
We're thinking about
trying to
getting
get you out the
balloons
deal.
and all these other things. We're
oh,
like, I feel like that's too
hell
much.
no. No mames, güey.
We have the banda pulling up.
Y'all
outside
will
right
act like
now.
I'm fucking living forever.
What's up, friends? Welcome back. I've taken Stephanie's spot. She's
Can you hold
she's
this? Can you put it in the
standing,
fridge for me, please?
and now I can command her to bring stuff. Bring me a water.
Yeah, do you want?
No, just kidding. But I'm I don't know how to start. Like, I'm not really good. Well, I'm alright, but I feel like I'm bad at like goodbyes.
Whoa.
Well, it's not a
I thought
goodbye.
this was see you
It's not
later.
it's a see you later. I'm bad at those.
Movie night over here.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, I thought you said she would come back.
No, yeah, she's definitely. But I just think I mean, we've been friends for since 2016, and I think we've always had our own personal podcast. I think one of you were the first person I thought of for Besties, which was just because like we always had great conversations. I knew you were like a great conversationalist. And you coming in, I always like this was like we didn't know how long we're doing this for.
Yeah.
So every week I was just super thankful for your time, thankful for Stephanie's time, thankful for your time, Isis. And it is like bittersweet, you know. And damn, I don't know why I'm feeling like weird.
No, it's okay.
Quiere llorar.
Yeah.
No, I don't cry. I'm a man. What the fuck?
Hey, well, not on the Bestie show.
Yeah. We had PTSD from the last time.
I know. I just have PTSD. I just feel like every
He's
time I
all
make
shaky.
He's all like waiting for like the shoe to drop, where I start spazzing out. Well, actually,
I'm more scared for the comments what they're gonna say.
No, it's okay.
No, I'm playing. But I'm just super thankful and super happy, and I'm so I think you guys said it earlier. It's like I forgot the word. You guys are so good with words. I suck with words. But they said it earlier. But I like how a new journey for you is starting, and I'm happy that we're able to the redirection. I'm happy that we're able to like help you find like, or I don't know, get into this new journey. And I'm here to help. I'm here to offer my hand in any way that I could. We're friends till the end. You know, we're always been great friends. So it is a bittersweet. I'm gonna miss your like jokes. I be editing, and then you like say something slick, and I'm like, this is funny as fuck. So you're a funny person. You have so much ahead of you, so much potential ahead of you, and I'm really excited to like your new venture. Your ventures are just gonna come, and I think the thing that like meant the most to me was that you said you're always down to like come back and whenever we need it. So that meant a lot. And I'm so thankful for all the time, the jokes, everything you've done. So I feel like I'll probably write something better and I'll send it to you.
He's gonna text me. He's like, put the screenshot.
Yeah, and then screenshot it.
He's gonna AI
Yeah, I'm a chat GPT it.
Dude, it's gonna be that's crazy.
But I appreciate everything you've done. Thank you so much. And thank you for all the like wise knowledge you've spread, and you've let the besties know, people viewing at home. I always loved the message you would always give out, and I was kind of really the essence of why I started the podcast was for like the big sister vibe for like the listeners at home, and you nailed it. You did exactly that, and I hope you keep providing that. And I know you said you're gonna start doing like the wellness thing, so I really hope everybody listening just come out and go support her.
Yes,
and definitely go follow her. If you're not following Vanessa right now, go follow her right now. Because this is only the beginning, so I'm excited for you and everything that's coming to you.
Thank you, I appreciate
Love
it.
you.
Hey, abrazo.
No, you too, miss. Cool. Now you can get you.
I know, get out of my seat.
Hey, bad bitches only.
Está caliente.
Where the
Se
strippers
chompa.
at? Nah.
Hey, we get a little person stripper.
What did friends used to say?
Who?
Oh, let's talk about bitches.
Oh yeah, let's talk about bitches.
All right, let's talk about bitches.
All right, y'all.
Hey, we're
Yeah,
the bitches
talking
we're
about bitches, there's this concept that me and Steph were talking about earlier today, that you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. And I obviously I
What
think
does that mean?
I think to me, I think it could apply to any relationship, whether it's like a friendship, family member, or in like a relationship. I think a lot of people are afraid to hold back to say things because they're afraid of how the other person's gonna take it, or maybe they're afraid if they say things, the other person's gonna get upset, or maybe they're gonna, if it's in a relationship, they're gonna be left, right? Or just there's like fears of being authentic because we're afraid of the repercussions. We maybe assume, or maybe we've had past experiences where you maybe said something and it didn't go right. So we hold back from saying certain things. But I think this saying says that when it's like with the right person, they're going to be able to like make space for whatever you have to say, whether it's a hard conversation or a hard truth or just anything. The right person is going to take it well. They're going to make space for whatever you have to say. And I think this applies to like hard conversations, because especially if it's something good, you're not going to be worried about how the other person's going to take it, right? So I think that, and I think now that I'm like dating, I feel like that is so true. Like they're thinking back, before what I'm in now, when I would say certain things to certain people and they wouldn't take it right. And there was like a disconnect, right? And it's like, now looking back and it's like, well, that just wasn't my person, or like a family member that maybe I don't really speak to, there's always like, whenever I say things to this person, like there's just always like a disconnect. They never take it well. And it's just like the right people will hear you and they'll make space for what you feel and what you have to say. And they're not going to like remove their love from you. They're not going to, it's like, it's really like unconditional. So I feel like that's what like that means to me. And I feel like, it's really shown me and it's really made me feel more confident in speaking my truth and being authentic because it's like, it makes me feel like not afraid to lose anyone. Cause it's like, I know like if you're meant to be in my life, you're not going to abandon me or you're going to be able to hold space for whatever I have to say.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I feel like that definitely applies here, especially because like you said, like when Saul brought that to your attention, I'm sure he was like, fuck, like, because I mean, it's no secret that the last time things didn't flow so well in that way. So like him having that openness with you to be like, hey, like, listen, we need to talk, and you being like, okay, like, I'm here to listen anyways. I feel like that is valid. And I didn't think about it in a friend scenario too. Like obviously, but when I watched it, I saw it more in a relationship way where it's like you can't be authentic with someone because you know that if you are, they're not going to react in a positive way. But if you're doing it with the right person, that person's going to accept you no matter how weird, no matter how crazy you are.
Exactly.
But I think in friendship is so much more meaningful because friendship usually has to deal with having harder conversations of like, I mean, we don't really owe each other anything. We're just kind of in this friendship, but I still need to have these conversations.
Exactly. And I feel like a lot of people underestimate friendships. Like, I think people think, well, at least me, I feel like in the past I used to think like, oh, friendships are easier to walk away from. And I don't think that's true because I think friends also serve a big purpose in your life. I also think friends like do so much for you, and I feel like we get caught up in love having to be in a romantic way. And I think that it just does a disservice to just the richness that you can get from friendships. And I think when like the whole like talking about like Saul's situation, we've always said like before the pod, before business, before him being my boss, like we're friends. That's always been like reiterated throughout this whole journey. And I feel like because of that, I've always been comfortable. I feel like both ways, even though the conversations are uncomfortable, we've been able to have the conversations in a way that it's like, okay, like I can listen to you, you can listen to me, and we can get to like an understanding. Yeah. And because we have that friendship established, it's like, okay, like it's okay, like, So but yeah, I think it's something that the listeners listening, you guys should really take to heart, that you really can never say anything wrong to someone that, truly deeply cares and values you and loves you. And maybe in the moment, if they don't receive it well, or they maybe need some time to process it, at the end of the day, they're always going to come back and be like, okay, like after I processed it, like I understand where you're coming from. And I feel like that also like says a lot. So I don't know, I feel like that's kind of been like a theme in my life lately too, where it's like just, I think more than anything, just being authentic, really just speaking your truth, and not in a way that is selfish, but in a way that just you want to show up for yourself authentically, but also you know that in doing so you're going to be able to show up for others authentically. So yeah, that's why.
What do you feel is like your biggest takeaway from like being on the podcast and like kind of doing this whole shebang?
That's a good question. That's a really good question, because I feel like there's definitely like a lot of things, but I think the biggest takeaway from this podcast, I would say, is showing up is important. And this you can apply, and like showing up to this, something that I committed to, is important. You know, I did it for 2.5 years, and you know, there were moments where I didn't want to give myself credit for that, but I think it is important to credit, because in showing, there's so much in showing up. So I feel like I've been able to apply that in other areas of my life. And, you know, like, for example, the gym, you know, I feel like if I hadn't worked that muscle of showing up here every week, it would have been harder for me to be consistent in the gym now, you know, or, you know, in the, my dynamic with my sisters, you know, I live with them, and, you know, sisters, it could be tricky, but I've been showing up every day with the intention of having a better relationship with them. So it's just, I definitely feel like, more than being my best self, I think just showing up with whatever capacity you're at, I feel like that is what matters. That is what's going to give you progress. So to never lose sight and devalue just showing up. So I think that's what I would take away.
Love that.
The number one. There's been many, but that's the main that comes to mind, I guess.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of value in that. Like you said, it's things that's going to be transferable, right? Like, even in your new adventure of wellness, right? Like, even when it's going to get difficult, you're going to have to show up for you, because that's all you know? Exactly. So, yeah. Oh, besties, y'all better start showing up for your motherfucking selves. Yeah. And I feel like what I've learned from this conversation from you is, you know, after you learn how to survive, like, how do you thrive in that, you know? So I feel like I really love the idea of betting on yourself, and to be like, this is my calling, let me see it through. Let me see what is it for me? Why is there so much interest? Because I think too, like, when we don't show up for ourselves, we don't bet on ourselves. We don't find value in ourselves. We don't think that we're worth that opportunity. And I think that you're absolutely worth that and more, you know? And this, like Saul said, this is just the beginning. Who knows? Maybe we'll be popping a Vanessa wellness pills one day.
That'd be cool. Well, you know, I definitely don't want to think
she gets into big pharma.
No, literally.
I'm all lobbying against you. I'm like, actually.
No, that's so funny though, because I feel like I've been, you know, obviously they say dream big, right? You know, and have, you know, big dreams, but I feel like, if I'm being completely honest, I definitely have been trying to focus on like the baby steps, because as coming from someone, like I said in the past, I would start things without finishing them. And that's, I feel like, something that I really carried myself in my identity. And it's still something that, a fear that comes up when trying things. It's still something that I worry about, but I've been trying to really not let it take the front seat, like let it be there, maybe in the back seat, but not let it drive the car, you know? So it's like, I've been trying to really be intentional with that, because I'm just keep thinking about my life. Like, I'm gonna be 27 this year, and I have a son, and I've lived a life that I do feel has been fulfilling so far, but I know it could be better. And not that I'm not grateful for the life that I've lived, but I just know there's so much untapped potential. And I just feel like I'm at a place where, you know, they say you have to hit rock bottom. You have to hit a point where you're just like, I don't want to be like this anymore. And not from a place of shame, not from a place of discontentness, or I don't love myself. Like, if I died today, I would be content with the life I've lived. But just from a place of, I know I have so much to offer the world, and in turn, I know it's going to be something that's fulfilling for me. And why not live out my existence and my life here on earth, having given it my all and my best, and be on my deathbed and look back on the life when it flashes before my eyes, and think back on all the lives I touched, you know, all the experiences I had, all the joy that I experienced, all the love that I gave and received, you know. And I'm just like, okay, like that's like my focus right now. Like, that's what I want to focus on. And you know, it's funny, because when I talk like this, for some reason, something that always comes to my mind is my drinking. And I'm like, God, what are you trying to tell me? Like, do you want me to stop drinking?
With a drink in hand.
No, literally. I'm like, do you want me to stop drinking? That's like, I feel like if I have to say like one struggle right now is like, I'm struggling with the drinking, and not like, I'm struggling with how I'm viewing it, because I'm definitely cutting back. I've been cutting back. I've been proud to say, like, I've been consistently cutting back, but I don't feel content with why I haven't been able to cut it out. And that's been bothering me. But I don't know why.
But I mean, I feel like drinking is so social that's why it's hard. Because when you go out, like everyone's drinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And even if it's just one, like it's like, well, I just have one, you know, we're just hanging out, like something to sip on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like drinking was hard to cut off.
Yeah. I think it's your culture too. You're Mexican, you know? Like, I feel like it's just a part.
Beaner.
I didn't want to say it.
Are you a Mexican? I love that saying.
That's so funny.
Mexican.
That's what I say, sí se puede.
Con la gracia de Dios todo se puede, mamita.
Primeramente Dios.
No te limites. Tú lo puedes hacer todo y borracha.
Like, I'm like, I haven't given it to God yet, because I want to give it up. I know He's gonna take it away from me.
Listen, baby, Jesus was drinking wine on his Last Supper.
Yeah.
No way.
Turn water to wine.
I think about that sometimes.
He said, "My people, we have water, but here, have something more."
Better. I know.
I heard beer has a lot of mineral properties.
There's probiotics in here. It's good for my gut.
First of all, speaking about probiotics, y'all.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Y'all.
What?
Poppy is getting sued.
Oh God.
Because apparently it's just soda.
The times that you and I were like making our healthy cocktails.
No, listen. Okay, I don't know if it's the placebo or what, but that shit works for me. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, but I will say, I think it does contain obviously a lot of sugar, because for a while, like, I hadn't been able to like cut any weight. I was like maintaining, but I hadn't been able to cut any weight, and I wasn't eating unhealthily. So I was like, what the fuck? And now I'm kind of correlating it with Poppy, but to be honest, y'all, I'm not gonna stop.
But how much Poppy could you really have been drinking for it to affect you like that?
Well, I would drink like 3 a day. I was fucking those bitches up.
Okay.
Yeah, like every meal, kind of.
Okay.
But I would add them to, like, I'm a fan of kombucha now. Like, major fan of kombucha. Yeah.
I remember when you used to talk shit to me and Anthony for drinking them.
But Anthony forced me to try it, and
What changed?
Guava Goddess is so fire. I love that one.
It's a brand?
Well, I think it's a flavor.
Oh, what brand, girl?
I'll send you a picture.
What changed? I'm surprised.
I tried it. I don't know. I just tried it one day, and I was like, I like it today. And then I just can't stop drinking it.
I genuinely feel like sometimes you could just trick your brain into like liking things. I'm not saying that's what you did.
I think that's
what I did. I feel like with kombucha and with like mineral water, like sparkling water.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I did. It's like, I feel like a lot of things, our minds are more powerful than we think, in the sense, like, if we tell ourselves something's nasty or we don't like it, we're just going to outright like feel that way. We're going to dismiss things, and we're not even going to give it our palate the chance to actually explore different sensation or combine different flavors. And I feel like the kombucha, like the sparkling water, I've been telling myself, like, it's healthy for me.
Yeah.
Like,
mineral water is not healthy for you. It's like soda. It's just carbonation.
But it's not sugary or anything.
Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah. Don't
You're
do
all
that to
shut
me.
the fuck up.
Don't do that to me.
She's like, listen,
Don't fucking do that to me, bitch.
Mineral water is like Poppy.
You drink Poppy,
you're okay.
right?
You're okay.
Shut up, lollipop.
I'm gonna drink Coca-Cola in the morning.
I'm like, it's not Poppy. It doesn't compete. Where does it compare?
It's not a Coke. It's not a Coke.
It's not a Coke. So I was just like, dude, like, I just feel like that's what I did. I was just like, dude, this is good for me. Why don't I like it? Like, just because it's not like traditional or like sweet, like, I can get used to this. And I did. Now I enjoy it. Like, is it like, no, I enjoy it.
I think it depends, because for me, kombucha, like, it smells so like apple cider vinegar that I couldn't get past the smell.
I get
so
that.
when I would try it, I already disliked it, because I was like, I'm not a fan of foods that don't smell the way I like if a food looks good but it smells weird, I'm more iffy on trying it.
I get it.
Aromatics matter.
Yeah,
I
get
like
that.
apple cider vinegar for you.
Well, because it's just fermented in vinegar.
That's how I feel about pho.
What?
That makes sense.
It smells leafy. It smells like it smells like leafy and shit. What? So the aromatics like throw me off, but once I eat it, it's good. It's just like the smell's a little off for me.
I've been more open. That what?
That's my homegirl Marisol. She can eat that shit every fucking
Dude, low
day.
key, me too. I fucking love pho.
Really?
Yeah, I love
those fried. What are they? Egg rolls?
The egg rolls. Yo, Fontana pho. 10 out of 10, baby. 10 out of 10.
Literally, Steph put me on their fried egg rolls are so good.
I'm trying to be more open and trying. Like I recently retried pickles. I don't fuck with pickles. They're not for me. So when I tried kombucha, but I think it's just because I'm contreras.
She's like, why are you eating it like
I'm like, why are you eating it like that? You swallow it like a cartoon. Oh my god!
I love
Fuck
pickles,
no,
bro.
they're disgusting to me. It's still a no for me. But I have been giving those things a try.
You like pickles too?
Yeah.
Good.
Hey, I don't be fucking double deep
throating
teeing them, but yes, I do enjoy an occasional pickle.
I like the crunch in my sandwiches.
A little tardiness never hurt nobody.
It makes me think about when I was young. I think I told you guys that story of when I was young and my sister was like, supposedly we were all like, oh, I hate pickles when we were kids, but I was a closeted pickle lover. I just everyone hated them, so I was just like, I can't let them know that I like pickles. And then one day, I remember it was like summer and all my cousins were over and my sister was like, oh my god, I dare all of you guys to eat a pickle and whoever finishes it first, I'll give you guys $5.
Nice.
In my head I was like, I'm gonna win those $5, bitch. I ate that shit so quickly, but I was like fake gagging, but internally I was like, yum, this is so good.
This flavor's in my mouth.
Bitch, I want the $5.
Y'all putting tahini on
Yeah,
there?
and I walked to a 99-cent store that day.
She's all double dipping like.
I was like, do you need me to eat another one?
Hey.
That's so funny.
Dude, my little brother always says that shit. How much will you give me if I eat this? Nothing,
Nothing,
bitch.
Just eat it. You don't want to.
Like, now you trying to get out of poverty right now.
Vanessa's like, who needs me to eat something else?
Literally.
Nah, fuck that. Pickles are gross. They're literally, and you know what I hate about them? They are so, like, if I put them in, someone puts them in my burgers and I take them out, the pickle flavor is so strong that it's still in the burger regardless, and that just fucks up my burger.
Damn.
That's funny.
I love the pickle in the burger.
You know,
I like it. Is relish pickles?
I think so, but it's like sweetened.
Oh,
see, I don't like relish.
Yeah, I don't like relish either, but I know In-N-Out makes their things with like cut up.
That
one's
sauce,
okay.
the sauce,
Yeah.
What?
Like they put relish in like the orange sauce. What is it
The
called?
secret sauce?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I like
I
that.
Secret
like
sauce
them
is Thousand Island, and you can make it with ketchup, salt, pepper, mayo, and some
Onion.
orange juice.
Well, allegedly, we don't want to get sued. No, play.
We use that at my parents' restaurant. I know how to make it.
I only ever eat relish when I get hot dogs from the gas station. I know, they're so good.
I get it, bitch. You love pickles. She loves big, juicy.
She likes
girthy
deep
things in her
throating.
mouth. With a little tardiness.
Oh shit! No. Y'all need to stop before I call my man right now. That's so.
Buy me a
funny.
pickle.
Dude. No, literally, I feel like that's how I felt about olives.
Oh no, you lost me there.
But you know what? Like, I don't like olives. But remember the last time when we did that Patreon where we like, what game were we playing? Where we had to eat olives. Remember? And they were like stuffed with peppers.
What the fuck?
We played that.
Nah, I'm just
Bitch,
kidding.
I swear to
remember
God,
that.
you don't remember? Remember, we were sitting right here and we were eating them.
I put an olive in my mouth.
Yes, the stuffed pepper ones.
I don't think that was me.
I swear to God, on my life, it happened.
What? Did I like it?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was terrible for the both of us.
What kind of olives were they?
The ones that had like the little red pepper stuffed in them.
Oh,
Yeah.
like the generic looking olives.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember, but I remember the olives.
Yeah. So
Sorry, y'all, my brain doesn't work.
not gonna lie, I remember that day. I feel like I was faking it for the camera, but it did cross my mind like I could like this.
She was like, dude, just bet me $5 right now.
You bitch.
Who wants to bet? I swear.
I'm all disgusted, and you're like,
No, dude, I really feel like, dude, like I probably could like maybe not like to just snack on them.
Yeah.
But I was like, maybe only the stuffed pepper ones though. I think the pepper added like a different flavor that made it bearable.
Okay.
But I don't think like the ones by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like in different forms I could like things. Like I don't like beets whole, but I'll drink them. Yeah.
Or like I don't like olives, but I mean I hate when people put olives in their tamales.
Oh,
Ew.
hondureños, we do that.
I hate that shit. My Mexicanos do that too. My family does that, and I'm always like, my mom and my grandma know better. Like, they need to leave that shit out.
Which
Because just like
tamales?
pickles, like the carne ones and
Oh.
stuff. Because like you said, like I feel like olives, they still leave the flavor in the tamal, even if you take it out. So they already know like to leave some.
That's
to the
weird.
side.
I've never tried them like that.
like the flavor. Because I like the juices.
You fake ass.
I like the juices.
You're a
She's
fake
all
hater.
Honduran student. I'm
She's a
so
fake
sorry.
hater.
All right, just maybe $5. No, I don't know. I feel like I don't mind the juices, but it's because I feel like I like lemony, like tarty kind of flavors. But I don't know, something when I bite into it, the flavor does not translate like the juice. Does that make sense? Is
That
weird?
does, because I like mushroom soup and I like the flavor that mushroom leaves in food, but I don't fuck with mushrooms. Like
Like
I
the
won't eat
texture,
it.
you
Yeah,
think?
no.
I love mushrooms.
I'm such a picky eater, so
Really?
I'm a little
Really?
bitch, yeah.
I feel like you eat a lot. Like I don't think you eat like.
But like the
picky.
things I hate, I like hate
despise
them
them?
with like all my soul.
Oh, okay.
Down.
The only reason I started drinking, like putting beets into my food was because my mom told me it was like the best vegetable like to fucking eat. So I was like, no, I
Good for
got
your
to.
blood.
Yeah, it's good for iron.
Hemoglobinas? Is that what
Las
they say?
Damn, that is a tongue
Hemoglobinas.
twister.
Hemoglobinas.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Me and my beer. Like,
We need your sour right now.
I'm like,
Take
yeah,
a
y'all
correct
should
this.
drink that.
I've been wanting to play that game like so bad, but I think it's just because I've been wanting to play board games. Like I want to have a game night.
Oh, then
Let
have a
us
good night.
know.
Whoa.
I know. When I come back, y'all. When I come back.
When are you leaving?
On Wednesday.
You're in Texas?
No. It's so funny. Everyone keeps saying that to me. No, I'm going to Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, for your uncle's.
Yeah, my uncle's
And your
birthday.
dad's?
Mhm.
Okay.
My dad's birthday. Yeah. But I'm excited to be on the beach in town.
Dude, in your pool, what the fuck? It's all
Yeah.
nice.
The house is
Damn.
fully finished and everything.
We still gotta do a summer trip.
I know. I want to. I think it'd be cool if we all went.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Maybe not this summer because I have.
That's crazy.
Sorry, y'all.
Fuck
Sorry,
that.
y'all.
I'm
Maybe
booked-
one day.
I'm booked and busy.
It's because I'm going to Mexico in November and then.
But
in
when
Sep-
does like the heat run out there? Like when does it start?
It's because
getting
after June it starts to rain.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
got
like
it.
it's like Florida weather.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it like floods and shit, and
Got
then
it.
even like right now, I'm like, fuck. Hopefully, it doesn't rain the days that I get
Oh,
there.
Got it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, because I was thinking like Mexicali, for example, like through September, maybe even to October, it's still hot.
Yeah,
So-
but you guys are like full on
in the desert. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I
Yeah.
was like, you're right. Your shit's tropical.
Yeah, I know. I hate, but I do love it because then after the rain, like it looks fucking stunning, like so beautiful. So I kind of like going when it's already kind of raining, and then it's kind of a vibe because we have a porch, like just chilling. On
It's
the
really
porch.
nice.
Watching, hearing the rain.
Yeah, but sometimes like the porch is like in front of the house, and I'll get stuck on the porch because it's raining so hard, and like I don't really want to get soaked to go into the house. I'll just chill on the porch for like fucking hours. We have a kitchen there, so it's cool. Yeah, but hopefully we can all plan a trip and we could go because it doesn't really get that cold, anyways. Like year round, it's fairly warm.
And you know what? A lot of people have been. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I've been swimming a lot lately. Like, and it's not even. Well, now it's hot. Like today was pretty hot.
Yeah.
But I've been like early May. I've been swimming, and everyone was like, "Dude, like it's cold. Like it's not even like that hot yet. Like it's windy." I love to swim. Like I've been noticing that that's one of the things that I really enjoy. Like I've been finding a lot of joy in, and even in like I feel like the body really does well. Like acclimating to the temperature of the water. You know, you guys know once you start swimming, it's a little cold at first, but then after you
I
get,
don't like cold water.
dude, I've been really enjoying it.
I know it's good for you.
Yeah, I see it as like cold plunging, and I feel like I do that a lot. Where it's like, maybe this isn't like I don't know. I really like swimming.
I wish like water was just hot. And I could just dip in like burning hot water.
In Arizona, we stayed at a resort, and the water was literally like warm as fuck.
Yummy.
Like it was warm, but it was kind of like
uncomfortable
warm. I was still swimming. It felt good to me.
It was like a jacuzzi.
But when it's hot
it wasn't-
outside, you want it to be cold in the water.
It was
I get that.
exactly. It wasn't a jacuzzi warm, but it was like
Like someone peed in the
Room
pool.
temp.
slightly warmer than warm.
Got it.
And I was till my mom was just feeding. He was like, "That shit's nasty. I'm not getting in there." I was like, bro, like, dude, I feel like I'm just such
doing backflips
literally.
and
I'm like the backstroke.
Yo, watch my
and
handstand.
shit. No, literally, I was just like, bro, like literally, like I'm just such like a water girly. I feel like I've been realizing that ever since in 8th grade, you guys. This girl invited me to her house for 4th of July to go swimming, and she was my friend from school. So I was like, yeah. And it was like a block party, so her family was gone, and everyone was like out on the street. And then it was nighttime, and we were just like swimming in her pool and like watching the fireworks. And then she, out of nowhere, she hit me with, "We should skinny dip." And I was like, I've never skinny dipped before, so I was like, fuck it, I'll try it out. And then
she's all gay.
Bitch,
literally.
bitch. So we literally took off our bikinis and we were swimming, and then we were like holding on to like the edge, like next to each other, talking. And then she's gonna confess to me that she is in fact gay.
Damn.
And I was naked next to her.
Happy Pride Month.
And I was like, and I was just like, okay, like cool, like,
Oh my god.
but why the fuck am I naked?
She's not, I'm gay, show me your pussy.
She was like, girl, are you gay too? She was like, why did you agree to take your bikini off?
Damn,
Like, I was like,
she kind of got you there. You had to kiss her at that point.
I was like, bro, you got me there. Like, I literally, but I remember thinking, like,
do you want to touch clits?
no, you guys, but isn't this so funny?
That's
because
weird.
my first kiss was a girl when I was in elementary school, and I was like 2nd grade. I think I was like 7. I had a best friend from my apartment complex, and she was like, "Let's go swimming at night." Same thing.
Oh my god, girl, stop being in that
Yeah.
damn pool.
You need to come out the closet.
No, literally, dude. She was like, "Let's go swimming," and then my apartment was literally across from the pool, so my mom would be in the porch, and she would let us watch us from the porch. And at that time, that apartment complex didn't have pool hours, so you could get in at night in the summers anytime, as long as there was like an adult supervising you. So my mom was watching both of us, but you know, Latino parents, we're in the jacuzzi, we're 8, you know, we don't need really supervision in the jacuzzi. So she went in the house or whatever, and my friend was like, "Oh, like, this, you could hold our breath the longest and go underwater." And I was like, okay. So we both were holding our breath underwater, and she kissed me. She like pulled me under the water and she kissed me. She stole my first kiss. And I was like, I came up like, what the fuck? So it's like a theme. I'm confused. I swear
I'm not gonna get in the water with this bitch.
No.
I know. Why do you want us to go swimming so bad, huh?
No, I'm just
She's
genuinely
like, all right, guys, let's rub each other's clits.
just to try it out, just
try
to
it
make
out.
sure. No, I could confidently say I'm not, but I think about those things.
That's
and it's just so
crazy.
funny to me. Cause like, why?
Now you being one of those sirens that be turning bitches on in the water. Whoa, and you do have the long hair.
I swear to you, I don't be doing nothing. I just genuinely feel, one thing I will say though, in high school, I feel like I did act a lot like the boys, but not like in a attempt to like,
You're just more masculine?
I think I definitely was more masculine, but just in the way that I wasn't girly, where like I was like, oh, let me sit and like do my makeup and like pat my face and put my lip gloss on. I would just show up and just crack jokes and be funny, and like just I wasn't really concerned with my image. I was just more like, I'm just a funny girl, and like I care to be goofy and like, you know, just being a dumbass with my friends in class. I wasn't like a boy, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still dressed feminine, you know.
Yeah.
I hung out with girls only, like, you know. But I was just like, damn, like, I just think about that. So I could see why girls maybe confused me and maybe thought that I would have been gay. But I was like, you know, it never bothered me. But it's just funny when I think back on it. I'm
Now
just
you
like,
having
damn.
Riz.
For girls only, apparently.
Hey.
I'm like, damn, my bad.
Damn. You just got that thing in you.
But I'm not. I'm sorry, ladies. Any gay ladies watching this that are obsessed with me and love with me, I get it.
They're all gonna comment, Vanessa, let's go swimming.
I would be obsessed with me too. I
Hey.
understand. You'll find your one. It's just not me.
Happy
I'm
Pride Month
sorry.
to you.
Happy. Mwah. I'll give you that.
Hey,
Catch it.
I'm putting it in my drink.
I think on that note, you guys, that little, it's a goodbye kiss. Nah, I'm just saying, I'll be back, but this drink is hitting.
Damn.
I'm on an empty stomach. I've only low key had breakfast today, so it's hitting extra hard. But I think on that note, how do you guys feel?
Yeah.
End it. Okay.
How do I feel? Whoa, hurt.
How do you guys feel now moving forward as a duo?
Well, Stephanie, go first.
Well, I'm excited because I mean, from the get go, I loved Isis. I thought she was amazing and exactly what we needed for the show.
All right, cut. Bye.
That's an end of here.
I can steal your kiss. Hey, I stole her Riz.
You know, but I do.
Hey, I need a little Vanessa in me. Oh, in more ways than one.
That's
The comments will be like, fuck ISIS.
Yeah. All you bitches gay.
Hey, all in lower caps.
I don't know, another lesbian. I don't know how I feel about that.
My bad. I'm gonna cook.
No, I'm kidding. No, but I'm excited. I mean, obviously, like, I'm gonna miss you, like I said earlier. But I think, you know, I feel like me and Isis get along well, and I think we're funny.
Yeah.
You know what I did think about though? I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna be like a curly duo.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, yeah, little curly hair girlies.
And when I've never had friends with other curly hair. Oh, great. And they've been the one with the curly hair.
No, you know what? That is so true. Most of my curly hair friends always flatter in their hair.
Yeah, no, all my friends have straight. Well, Nathy has curly hair actually, but like for the most part, all my friends have had like straight hair.
Yeah, me too. Like I was the only one who really embraced it. Me and another friend, but she was like, when I met her, like she was like fully flat ironing her hair for a long ass time. Yeah. So I was always like, oh, Steph, the one with the curly hair, or the one with the big ass. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, they won't confuse me with that one. Hey, let's be clear. She got the ass, I got the tits.
Yeah, big ass and tits. Not for long, not for long. Don't y'all worry, I'm working on it.
Me too. So please subscribe to the Patreon because I'm trying to
get
this video started.
We're gonna get it together so we can recover together.
Yeah.
Film in the bed.
Yeah, no.
How do you feel, Isis?
Honestly, I feel like I'm definitely sad to see you go. You know, like I said, I was a watcher before I joined the Besties, and I absolutely loved like hearing your insights and, you know, getting to hear like the more like internal kind of healing journey that you've been on, and really like seeing you put things into practice and learning that perspective, because I feel like healing for me looked really different. So hearing kind of your healing journey and kind of things that you do, I'm like, that's really interesting, or I never really perceived that. So I think you provided a lot of value in that essence. I feel like that's something that maybe to me didn't come natural, but like I said, hearing you, it's definitely a piece we're gonna miss. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, I came into this, but obviously I've always said you guys built this from the ground up, and the value and what you've done, I mean, it's insurmountable, you know, you really can't put a number to it. And I'm just so incredibly grateful to be your co-host, be your friend. And, you know, like you said, this is not goodbye at all. We're definitely gonna try some Hondureña food, you know. She'll definitely be on our fucking Patreon revealing secrets, extra tea, you know.
I'm gonna still be giving y'all that tea.
And pulling up when it needs to be, you know. So I'm really looking forward to your journey. I think if this is what genuinely you feel in your heart is calling you, I think you should go for it. I feel like, you know, when your purpose calls, answer it. And I really wish you all the best in this year and all that's to come. You know, maybe 27 will be transformational for you. And, you know, I'm really excited to see what's to come. So we'll be seeing Blooming Big Wellness.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I wish you guys the best. Like I told you guys when we were texting, I genuinely, you coming in, it wasn't a negative factor for me at all in my decision. If anything, it genuinely made me feel like, okay, like I see you guys have a good dynamic going on, and like I said, I had already been feeling like this for a while. It was obvious, and it made me feel like comfortable, like, okay, like taking a step back, like this is something good. I obviously, like I said, I've been doing this for 2.5 years, so this is like my baby, you know. Too, this is also something that I care about deeply, so it's something that I feel good knowing that I'm leaving it in good hands with you and you already, of course, but you aiding her and being together and being the team. It's like, okay, like I know you guys, I have all the confidence in the world that you guys are going to carry it on and make it great and make it your own. And I'm going to be rooting for you guys on the sidelines and, you know, coming on from time to time whenever you guys need me. And I love you guys. Thank you guys for everything that you guys have also given me, your friendship and your ear and just like listening and just having these experiences with the both of you guys. I appreciate it. And yeah. Dang. So excited.
Cue the graduation song.
Oh.
As we go.
Oh shit.
Hey, all right, copyright. Anyways.
It's too similar.
Hey. Yeah. Down. Well, do you want to wrap it up?
All right, guys, that ends today's episode. We hope you guys enjoyed it. I will not be seeing you guys next week, but you guys will definitely be seeing me in the future. If you guys would like to keep up with me or anything that I'm doing, my socials are bloomingvc.vic. And Steph?
And you can find me at Steph's Got Milk on all platforms.
And you can find me at... Oh, for some reason I lost for a second. I was
Fucking glitch in the show. Was like, fuck Instagram. Fuck him.
And if you want to be down with Facebook,
Fuck you too.
no, y'all can find me all things ISIS, 3 L's, because I'm not taking another motherfucking loss. But yeah, besties, like, share, comment, drop down on a comment your favorite memory with Vanessa. What's something that you've learned from her? What's something that you're going to take with her? What do you guys want to see from her? I mean, this is really not the end of it for her. This is the beginning of a new journey for her. So let's all show her love, give her, you know, all her appreciation for everything that she's done for I and Besties. So on that note,
Bye, besties.
Bye.